Hello! Welcome, one and all. How are we doing today? How is everyone doing? Can't wait to start working on the pub. Yeah, it's gonna keep you busy, man. It's gonna keep you busy. Chaos is late on top of being late. I'm never late. Every time you say I'm late, it's like this weird figment of your imagination. Mate, it's half term. I'm the only one in my department in the office. It's crazy. I do get a long Christmas break though. I suffer throughout the year, but I get a long Christmas break. Like 3.5, 4 weeks. Gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice! Be 33 minutes late. I'll start at 8. Don't you start too? This is in the background. You're late. You should get 1 hour Xmas break. I've worked hard this year. Why am I late? It's half term this at the moment. Gaming. It is. We have like 3 people in QA. 2 of them have taken the majority of the 2 weeks off. So I'm having to pick up 3 people's work over this 2 weeks. It's not so bad this week, but the devs decided that they're finally going to give me the work I've been waiting for about 3 days, and there was about 5 tickets. So I got it down to 9 tickets today, which was good. So I just got to finish those 9 tickets tomorrow, and hopefully nothing else will come in, although I'm expecting another batch. But yeah, it's just one of those things. It's half term here in the UK. I was not sleeping. Although I may have something lined up for tomorrow. It could be cool. It might not be cool. I still don't know what I'm playing tomorrow. I've been given a racing game to try out, which I'm tempted to. Well, I'm gonna have to try it and see what it's like. Maybe try it on stream later today. See what it's like. If it's good, bad. It's still early access. Well, not early access, but they've given me early look at it. So but yeah. Have you guys noticed how all the PlayStation fans now love Mike Ybarra? Like, they love him. They're down kissing his feet and sucking his toes. It's crazy. Let me see. It is Final Fantasy Racing. No, I'm just joking. It's called Racer Overdrive. they reached out and asked if I wanted to check it out, and I said sure. I was planning on checking it out over the weekend and doing a little video for it, plus get my Little Nightmares review out over the weekend as well. So I want to start getting into doing some reviews and stuff a lot more kind of coherently, which means I need to start playing games a lot more as well, which, shock horror, might actually happen. Good. Yeah, this is Rise, Son of Rome. And every time I look at the first Descendant, the only thing they show is naked women. And then you go to play the game and there's no game there. It's just naked women. I'm like, okay, where's the game? We want the game. Take it easy, real in television. Whoever you are, we will miss you. But yeah, so I asked Mike Ybarra, hey Mike, why weren't you this vocal when Sean Layden said the same thing? And I didn't get a response. But you know what? Puerto Rock came to his rescue and started defending him. And so when I accused Puerto Rock of not saying something when Sean Layden said it, he was like, well, he doesn't work for PlayStation. Wait, so why do you not suck up to him like he's your grandpappy the moment he says something pro PlayStation? Or Xbox is dead. It's just so weird. He's obviously talking about time. But then again, Mike Ybarra and Tim are good friends right now. They get along really well, DMing each other and shit. Are you really surprised? Are you? Eggbook is always going to be dead. What, Rise, Son of Rome? You never know. To be fair, the first one was so basic in terms of it was literally just a 1-2-3 combo, right? With one parry and that's it. Ah, his cronies tried coming after me today as well, and it didn't work. Just because I called him a hypocrite. But you know what? The greatest game ever is coming out soon on Steam. Wait, Stranger Things 5 is finally coming? Man, I forgot that thing existed. No, 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 no. I'm trying to see if there's a trailer for it. Have I taken my pills? I have not, because they're not in front of me. And you know, Dory has a better memory than I do. It's not right in front of me. It is not in front of my monitor. You can huff and puff and blow the house down. It's in front of my portable monitor. Nope. Chat, isn't it different? Monitor is the one directly in front of me. A portable monitor is running on USB. It is totally different, right, chat? The chat said yes. They did. You can see it right here. They will always agree with me over you. Triz, I haven't tried it yet. I've just been so busy. And I'm still kind of going through Ninja Gaiden. I was going to play it today, but most people said, don't do it. Don't do it. And so I said, okay. Wait, why is this video 360p? Oh, man. Someone actually recorded a 360p video. Jesus. That's crazy. Who does that? Who does that? Oh my god. Xbox will continually die, man. It's one of those things. How was it? Have they put a rule regarding streaming it? I didn't see anything like that. Are you sure? But yeah, even me trying to educate Puerto Rock in how he's wrong, he still went and made a video trying to prove that he was right. What a guy. What do you mean? Two wrongs don't make a right. I didn't do anything. I was right. I'm always right. Ah, I see. Okay. Yeah, because there's some stuff there that they don't want to reveal yet. Well, they don't want spoilers for. I'm always right. I'm even more right than 98% right. I'm just right. I ain't ever wrong. I'm a little disappointed that there's no actual trailer. It's just a Kickstarter that's available. But yeah, the Last Ninja collection from the Commodore 64 is coming to Steam. I am very excited for it. It's going to be the best game ever. Man, just think what games used to look like and what they look like now. So this was the Kickstarter. Let me put it on. This was my favorite game back in the day. I can't be asked with the guy talking over. But this game was Last Ninja. That's some random Karate Kid. Get away from the thing, man. Show us the game. No, we don't want to know about that. We don't want that. Yeah. Not a single one of these got below 90%. It was amazing. And this one was a cash-in like there was no other because it was just the second game. It's a shame the fourth one never came out though. EA cancelled it after System 3 decided that they started making it. This was supposed to be the fourth game in modern times. This was supposed to come out during the Xbox and 360 era. Never meant to be though. Apparently, if you got the Kickstarter thing, they actually gave you the whole thing. It's kind of cool that you can play all three of them, though. Cool stuff. Hook you up with a Final Fantasy 7. The game ain't out yet. I'm going to see if I can get some codes to give away. I tried to get some Dragon Age codes, but they were limited in what they could give away for freebies. And there were bigger channels than mine, so they got it before I did. But some really good news today. I guess you could say it was yesterday, maybe. But it was. If you check this out here, Nintendo got dealt a very, very powerful hand on their home turf. They tried to manipulate the patent system, and the courts in Japan said, "Punk, what do you think this is?" Mate, I haven't seen pigs flying yet, bullets. When I see pigs flying, then I'll know it's coming. Until I see pigs flying, ain't happening. But this is great news, right? The courts actually rejected Nintendo. Nintendo finally got dealt a blow. No, 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 no. There's no way I'm playing Huntsman tomorrow. No. That's just nasty. I don't mind horror games, but that's not a horror game. That's therapy. Oh, that's interesting news. It's rough news. We'll cover that in a sec. So yeah, today's, because there's not much going on in the gaming world, we'll discuss pretty much everything and anything. And yeah, sorry, the Discord full screened for some weird reason. I'm just taking it off now. So yeah, we're gonna kind of go with the flow today. We've seen people struggling with the Outer Worlds. The PlayStation 5 version seems to be the worst version available. it looks like they outsourced it to another studio and they didn't do a very good job because that game is freezing everywhere. Apparently it's doing the same on PC as well. Apparently the console version seems to be the most stable, believe it or not. So there's that. But this is great news, right? This has given Howard lots of ammunition. Yeah, he got rejected hard. The latest report from GamesFry breaks down the significance of this patent rejection in relation to the Pocket Pair case. If you look at the official JPO patent family chart shown above, you can see how interconnected these filings are. They've just been trying to bolt on everything to try and basically screw Pocket Pair, and the courts and the patent office said, "Nah, bruh, we see what you're doing. We see what you're doing, and we're not gonna stand for it." Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. Atari tried to do that. Oh, it does funny. So apparently, what I've heard about UE5, and I don't know how true this is, so take it with a grain of salt. With UE5, if you push the game, to the limit of what your graphics card can do, you'll get a lot more stutters. Whereas if you play at lower settings, it plays perfectly fine. Basically, when you're not stressing your system out, stutters are occurring when it stresses out. So, I don't know how true that is. It sounds a little silly, but hey, it is what it is. Yeah, Ghosty. That's what I said. It got done on their own home turf. That's what was funny. This JPO decision doesn't directly determine the outcome of the Tokyo District Court case. That's a separate process, but it could influence it. I'm hoping it does. Nintendo need to lose this case. They need to lose. And when they do, the whole world needs to laugh at them. Hey, Power Boss, how's it going? What the? Oh, this. I don't even turn this ad off. I've got ad block on as well. God damn it. Anyway, less than 2 weeks before the launch of its next game, Hyperlight Studio Heart Machine reportedly lays off even more employees, and apparently, as the game gets ready to launch, they're getting rid of more people. They're just axing them as the deadline comes up. By the time Possessors comes out on November 11, I don't know if anyone who worked on the game will even be at the company anymore. That's rough, man. That's cold. They don't even know how good or bad the game's gonna be, or if it's buggy or anything. Who's gonna fix the game if it's broken? If they get rid of everyone? Steve could be. What does your buddy Reforge have? Because he was stuttering like crazy too. He was moaning about it, and I saw a video of it. It was bad. You were meant to play the Quarry Lady Halloween. What the hell's Lady Halloween? I saw it trending. I didn't bother reading into it. Honestly, I don't care what the Royals do. It doesn't affect me. What do you mean, Vanessa? Console is done. Get a PC? Nah. That's why they're releasing a new console. How many times do you need these guys to come out and tell you that they're releasing a new console, and you guys are still on it that there's no console coming? You see, everyone should just get a ROG mobile phone that requires a heatsink cooler to keep it functioning. Mate, did you know that AWS and Azure both went down at the same time? That's crazy. Both Azure and AWS went down at the same time. According to the graphs, it is. Although very close. You're not convinced you're going to participate in next gen? Next gen's going to be very expensive, man. No matter how you look at it, no matter which way you look at it, it's going to be expensive. Nah, Ghosty, you know what actually happened, right? You know what actually happened? It was the old BioWare thing, right? Do you remember when the devs couldn't be bothered? Well, the devs were so scared to come out on stream with Anthem because they didn't really have an answer as to why they released it. So they claimed that someone went out and cut the cable, and then when people wanted proof of the internet cable having been dug up from the ground and cut, the BioWare devs went with a shovel and started digging the cable out and cut it themselves, just to prove that it was cut. I think it was. Is it one of those moments, Gorsty? Well, we can't say it's your lawnmower, Steve, for legal reasons, but we can say a lawnmower, just so we have ourselves covered. Because until there's any admission of guilt, then we're innocent. Copper is very valuable. I'm a little annoyed I can't find my Razor Kishi bags. I don't know where it's gone. When I moved here to this property, I'm sure I brought it with me. I feel like I left it at the other property, and obviously it's too late now because they threw everything away. But it was actually cool having a little adapter onto it. I'll tell you what what I do want to pick up. Have you guys heard of the Retroid 6? I think it's called the Retroid 6. It's not expensive. Apparently. Is it a Retroid 5? No, it's a Retroid 6. So I want to pick up one of these and play around with it. So this thing is running on full Android, and it's actually running on the more powerful Qualcomm processor, which is cool. But it can, you know, do all your cloud gaming and everything, and it's like $200. And it's pretty cool. I've reached out to them to see if I can get my hands on one, but I'm kind of interested in picking one of these up to mess around with. Vanessa, no brands listen to anyone. We're just here talking about a brand that we all enjoy and all love, and the gaming side of things. What they want to do with their financials and stuff like that, I don't care. Yeah, that was my only thing, Kabini. I kind of wish they switched the D-pad and the left analog stick so it had that kind of odd placement. Of course, I kind of wish that it was different, you know, but I don't know. I feel this is really powerful, and it'll run like all your Android mobile games as well. It's pretty sweet. Retroid has unveiled a redesigned Pocket 6. After backlash over the original layout, buyers can now choose between D-pad on top or stick on top. Oh, you can have it both ways. That's so cool. You can actually have it both ways. The M1 and M2 buttons have moved to the back, with pre-orders reopening soon. That's freaking cool. See, here you go. You can have it analog stick on top. That's nice. Giving me the option. That's what we want to see, boys. That's what we want to see. But yeah, Retroid 6 looks kind of cool. I'm excited. I want to try it out. I don't know. I'm still enjoying it, Biggest Garlic. I'm still enjoying it. But Vanessa, for the longest time, both Sony and Microsoft encouraged the console wars. They wanted the console wars. They pushed the console wars. They were at it. I mean, don't you remember Sega with the Nintendo? The most famous thing? These hardware manufacturers were doing it themselves while it served their benefit. It doesn't serve them anymore because now they know people are trapped. So, or they're not moving. So now the console wars is no longer relevant. But yeah, console wars during the Sega era was fun. During the Xbox and OG Xbox and the PS2 era was fun. 360 and PS3 was okay. But once it got to the PS4 and the PS5 and the Xbox One and the Series era, it's no longer about video games. It's, it's only about slagging each other off, calling people wankers and tossers and pricks and, the C word. And basically, you're no longer talking about video games. What you're talking about is just how to make the next person around you feel like a piece of shit. And as long as you achieve that, then you've won. And that's why I've got no time for it. I mean, I saw this today and it just brought, I'll show it to you now. It brought such a smile to my face. I mean, if I'm doing this at his age, I'll be super happy, man. Just listen to this old chap. I mean, he's an ex recon from his younger years, but man, this guy's a legend. I love watching him. He's
oh, I know that guy's pissed. Now I'll go over this one more time. How to aim. You pick a spot. Like right there on that corner. It hit dead on, so you know at least from there in through here. That's the range. Got plenty of fight left. You're hitting hard.
It's so cool, right? I don't know. Yeah, I saw him play that. Is he still actually on it? I know he was playing solo and not in groups. Arc Riders looks alright, as long as you like that sort of thing. I just don't like extraction shooters. I don't like the fact that I lose everything every time I go out and die. And I know I'm gonna die. It's inevitable. Right? Dispatch? No. You hated exclusivity? You still play off Xbox One launch games? Every once in a while, yeah. I'll go back and play games. Game looks cool. I mean, I could switch the footage to Monster Hunter if you want. It's just something for the B-roll, man. What's up, King? Yeah, it's just B-roll. Rather than just leaving it on screen and just showing text. It gives people something to look at. You can also switch to this as well. Bunch of trailers. Hey, Tickle Beans, how's it going? Fable is not cancelled. Man, I still go back and play Mega Drive games every once in a while. Mainly the old Sonic games, but yeah. One day, I do promise though, I will go back and play. Is it Chrono Trigger and Xenogears? One day, I'm gonna go back and play those games. I'm kind of hoping that they. I know Chrono Trigger got. Wasn't Chrono Trigger already redone? I'm hoping Xenogears gets redone as well. Although Xenogears kind of run out of budget anyway, so I wonder if they'd actually fill in the gaps for Xenogears. Honestly, I like it. It depends how they're gonna bring it out. They need to have a, for console players, they need to give them the console experience. As long as they can do that, then that's all that matters. I mean, I game on PC and Xbox and PS5. I game on everything. So for me, going in and doing a bit of this and that is nothing. But I get people don't want to do that for the console experience. So I totally understand that point of view because, people buy consoles for the convenience. That's a fact. So as long as they can get that right, then that's the most important thing. And, the Xbox LIX that came out, the handheld, is basically a beta test for that. The reason that exists is to give them get something out there so they can get real world experience and feedback from players. We're still over a year away from the next console coming, but it's going to be interesting to see what it does. Satya said console and PC, so let's see what happens with that. That's my stand on it. Not at all. Not at all. I mean, I'm sure you know what a script is, right, King? I'm sure you know what a script is, and if you press one button, it can do pretty much the majority of all your updates in one go. Just by writing a simple script. It really is down to Microsoft to get this to work, but a script can do all that horrible stuff without you having to go into, well, I say horrible, but the updating stuff without you even having to access anything. It's just a CTA. It's just one tile that they press. You don't have to go into menus and to all these options or anything. All of these are pretty much like a URL, right? To get to Windows Update, for example, it's like a URL. And they could have that preset to do it once every 2 weeks or once every month, whatever. And that just triggers by the press of a button or while the machine's on standby and it's doing it for you. It'll be no different to what you're having today. They can do all that. There are people right now that run their PCs that boot straight into game mode without you having to even see Windows entirely. If a random Joe can do it, obviously Microsoft can do it. It's not about freedom. It's about providing a service. And they know that people are looking, and as Satya said in the interview, they want that experience. So they are aware that people want that console experience. And if that console experience, if they're aware of it, then they're going to provide it. Now, in time, if they don't, then people will cross that bridge then and there and then. But right now, they're saying that that's what they're aiming for. That's all we can go by. Speaking about what ifs is pointless. That's my take on it. And for people asking what's the difference between buying a PC and buying the next Xbox, a PC doesn't give you your complete back catalogue from your Xbox Series games down to OG. Whatever the games backwards compatible that the series can play, the next Xbox will be able to play and more. A standard PC can't do that. At least not right now. Whether it will do in the future is a different matter. There's no talk about that at all as of right now. As of this moment, the only machine that will be able to do that is the next Xbox. So people who value their back catalog, who want to bring their games with them, the games that, everyone was making a big deal over, especially from the PlayStation Nation about the Xbox handheld. The next Xbox is going to do that. It's got that checked off. It's got that covered. A PC can't do that. That in itself is a differentiating factor between owning an out PC and owning one of those devices, because it's going to have the Xbox OS on there. That machine is specifically is going to be engineered for those that want their back catalog. No, that's... Wait, what the hell happened there? That's your assumption, King. And, that you're entitled to that assumption. That's not what is being proposed. What's being proposed is that it's going to run the Xbox OS. If it runs the Xbox OS, it will not need to run through the cloud. I mean, they are going all in on AI. I think, Steve, did you not just say like an hour ago that they just reinvested $250 billion in AI? That's crazy, man. Nvidia as well. They've reinvested metric tons of money into AI. Everyone is doing it now. They've turned from a non-profit apparently to a profit company. Not surprising with the amount of money flowing around AI, but we're talking about a company that's throwing around 250 billion like it's chump change. It makes you really reconsider what that 70 billion even means to them. If they already invested 90 billion into AI and then followed that up with another 250 billion. So you're talking 340 billion dollars that they invested into AI. That 80 billion was chump change to them. The way I see it, King, I will see what the next generation console is, what they're going to offer me, and at the end of the day, as a consumer, I get to choose whether I buy it or not, if that's for me. I probably will buy it, just like I'm going to buy the PS6 and I'm going to have a good PC and I'm going to have the Nintendo Switch free. I tend to buy all the platforms anyway. But for the average person, they will have that informed choice when the time arrives. Heatwave, I don't even think they're looking at AI to improve gaming at this point. They're just looking at ways to capitalize on money and to be the center of excellence. As long as they can hold that title of center of excellence, which in the tech world is extremely important, because it means people come to you for anything AI related or anything related. When you're the center of excellence, you just gain more value with that title that's bestowed upon you. I think that's what Microsoft and Nvidia now are going for. Nvidia's doubled down on it as well. It's going to be interesting to see if that bubble blows up, though. I mean, not having exclusives doesn't correlate with not having a next-gen console. Both, Phil, Sarah, and Satya all confirmed that a next generation console is coming. It's in the works, and they've referred to it as a console. So I will take their word over yours without sounding disrespectful. To the recent financial report, I think it was fine. Year on year, last year they went up 61%, which was their biggest growth. And considering they lost 300 million with Call of Duty, they had a number of cancelled games, and this quarter was probably their most quiet one in terms of game releases, the one that led up to it. I think it was you know, they didn't lose any they didn't lose growth. They kind of stayed flat for the most part, which is fine. There you go. I mean, Sony's hoping it will be good. But yeah, King, the one thing I will say is, no profanity or anything like that, yeah? Let's keep it clean on the show. There's... I've sent the link in the chat. Feel free to join, but let's keep it clean. Time will tell, Heatwave. Time will tell. Hey, buddy, how's it going?
How's it going? How's it going?
How have you been, man?
Me to keep it easy, bro.
I know I've had people on here before. They've jumped in and they've just literally started swearing and all of that. So I just make it as a point of thing, just to, you know, say it as a blanket statement and thing. I've had people jump on being racist and saying all sorts of horrible things, and I know you're not going to do that, but...
Oh, wow. You had Xbox dudes on here?
No, no. It wasn't Xbox dudes. It was PlayStation dudes.
PlayStation dudes? Who? I'll check them myself.
I'll get the names. I'll get the names and all.
That's not how gamers are supposed to be conducted themselves.
I know, man. I mean, I've seen it on Web Dave's channel as well. They jumped on and started being...
Are you sure that they were PlayStation dudes, though? Or is it just these dudes acting like PlayStation dudes?
Well, in the chat, they were pro PlayStation, and then when they finally jumped on, they were. I mean, they could have. I mean, I'm just going by what I thought. I don't know 100%, if you know what I mean. And so that's why I put a blanket statement, and because no one wants to hear that sort of shit, man. I don't. You know, I don't condone racism.
You just cursed, bro. You just cursed.
What did I say?
Shit.
That's nothing, man.
Nah, but yeah, I think as far as what's going on with that, I think you guys really need to pay attention to what's going on with Microsoft, bro. Like, yeah, I think y'all need. There's a reason why they're not making a console no more. There's a reason why there's no such thing as a PC console hybrid, right? Are you in disagreement with that? If you are, please explain to me what a PC console hybrid entails of.
The actual next generation console is supposed to play my Series X native games, as well
Mm.
as the backwards compatibility, and then whatever the open platform is. The hybrid
Okay.
part comes
Wait, wait,
from
wait.
the ability
Hey,
to
hold on,
play
hold on.
those native
Oh, I'm
games.
sorry. What? You said the hybrid part comes from where?
The native games. The fact that it's going to play my Series X games as the Series X version of the games.
You just said that though. So you're saying that it's backwards compatible, or is it a current gen hybrid?
So it's going to run. There's going to be a SoC chip under that's basically going to have the Xbox OS, which in turn will play my whole game on my Series X right now will be playable on that machine.
Okay, so let me tell you where you're wrong on a few things. Okay, who's building it? Who's making it? First of all, is Microsoft making it? Is it a
Yes.
Microsoft product? So it's going to be a first party product.
That's
Right.
first party product.
First party product. Well, I don't like to repeat what Microsoft says because they kind of lie about a lot of stuff about what they're going to do. They lied
And
about the Asus ROG X. You know, they lied about that. So
I mean, they've always said they were in partnership with Asus ROG.
Huh?
They always said they were in partnership with Asus ROG. Where did they lie about that?
They lied about saying that you can play your entire library natively on
Okay,
that.
yeah, no, that I agree with. They said that about that.
They're liars.
But in terms of building the device, they never outright said that they built it themselves.
They did that. They actually said that too.
You need to show me that.
Oh, what do you mean? Sarah Bond said we're making the next generation hardware, and and then it was like
with Asus.
Is what Sarah's making a handheld? Well, yeah, but we'll let Sarah talk about that. And then it's when they actually announced it, they said this is our new hardware, Xbox's next hardware. Like they literally said all this stuff, bro. Like you guys gotta pay attention to Xbox if y'all gonna talk Xbox, bro.
Yeah, but what they're
these are
saying,
things that they said.
You're stretching there. But go on.
No. This is I said that word for word. This is not my words. I'm not stretching anything. They are stretching.
The
stuff,
the Xbox ROG LIX is now a device within the Xbox family. Yes, it's
No.
made by Asus, but if you look at
it's not a device in the Xbox family. Bro.
it is because
it's a Asus ROG that has an
Okay,
Xbox
okay.
theme.
If you went to
theme.
Walmart
That's
today,
it.
if you went to Walmart today and said I want the Xbox handheld, what are they going to give you?
They'll probably point me at the Asus ROG.
The one with
Okay.
the Xbox handheld.
Right. Okay. So now
So
let's say
it's got that brand image now on it.
Right, because it's themed that. Like if I say I want to let me get the Minecraft Xbox, they're gonna point me to the Minecraft Xbox, right? The one that's designed after Minecraft, right? It's a theme. Like, let me ask you a question. This how to solve your problems. If my Xbox Ally X breaks or start getting drifting on one of the control sticks, can I call Xbox to fix it?
No, you call Asus.
Why? This is an Xbox family device, right? This is an Xbox device.
It is, but you still call Asus.
So why? Okay, if I want to extend my warranty, who do I call?
I assume Asus.
You call
who? Asus.
Okay, so where does this become? What do you mean family? So let's say the other Xbox
because
device.
It's still branded.
Hold on. Let's say the Xbox Series S. If I want to get my warranty extended, who do I call?
Microsoft, right?
Okay, so if they're in the same family, and that goes for every single Xbox device, right?
Yeah.
Other than this one. So how is it in the same family of devices when Microsoft takes no responsibility for it, won't fix it for you, nothing? It's because it's exactly like the earlier thing I said about Minecraft. I can't call Minecraft and have them fix my Xbox.
No,
because
but what
it's
you're
not a Minecraft device. It's not a Minecraft. It's I'm in, bro.
I know, but you're not.
I've been calling everything in the. I don't know how long you've been in the gaming space, bro.
Long.
But I've been calling everything in the gaming space since I got in it. Simply because I'm in business and I speak the same language that they do. And I've told everybody everything that was going to happen. I'm like, hey, bro, what they're doing right here means that they're going to go third party. Oh, you're lying, King Thrash, you're dumb, you're just toxic. And I'm like, bro, I'm not toxic. I'm just telling you, if you guys let Phil Spencer do that, you guys are cheering Phil Spencer on. what's going to happen is that they're going to destroy it. And then Game Pass comes, and I'm like, bro, this is going to make your games have a lower quality. They're going to keep raising the price on this, and they're going to use this library to control where you go. That's exactly what's happening. It's exactly what they're doing right now. And then when I saw, it was something that Phil Spencer said. And with the 3 Horizons, I'm surprised none of y'all heard Phil Spencer talk about this, because it was on the Xbox channel on Major Nelson's channel when he was on with Phil Spencer, and they talked about the 3 Horizons. I know what the 3 Horizons is because I'm in business. So I said, oh, it's over for Xbox. And they wouldn't get into full detail on what the 3 Horizons entails for Xbox, but Phil Spencer said it himself. He said that he's afraid of what's going to happen when the 3rd Horizon comes, because it's a big bet, it's a big risk, and I don't think it's going to be successful. Phil Spencer doesn't even believe in what's happening with Xbox right now. So it's like,
oh, I'm sure that Phil is against a lot of the things that are happening right now, but you know, and Satya and Amy and Tim are.
Well, Phil just wants a fucking job. He doesn't care. He just wants a job.
I think he cares.
He said it himself, bro. He just wants to keep his job. He talked Phil Spencer's job. Y'all think Phil Spencer's job was to make make Xbox better, when it wasn't. Phil Spencer is just good at business speak, white lies, and making sure that shit he says stays legal. Like he was put there. He was put on this position that he had to get rid of Xbox, to transition Xbox gamers over to subscription services, cloud, and AI. And that's exactly what he did. And if you go back and listen to every
factually wrong, but I'll let you finish. No. It is wrong, okay. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
But I'll let you finish.
Okay. Why? Okay, Xbox, since he's been on, Xbox has not done better than the Xbox 360 before he was the lead, right? It's declined more and more and more. Every quarter, we see Xbox hardware decline every single month. Every month. He launched a console with absolutely no games for it, okay? He launched a console with no games for it, to where he was depending on Xbox One games, which was depending on 360 games to carry it, right? This is the same guy that is responsible for shutting down fucking Lionhead and all these different companies that they shut down, canceling games that didn't need to be canceled, all of this stuff. And you know what they did? They promoted him. You know what I'm saying? Like, they promoted him, meaning that he was doing the job that he was supposed to do. There's no other way around that. If you're not doing the job that you're supposed to do, they will not give you a CEO position. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got hired 3 times since he's been with Xbox, bro. You know? And it's just like, you guys, I keep saying I'm in business. I'm not saying that to show off, because being in business ain't nothing to show off, to be honest. It's a very difficult job. But it's like, bro, I'm telling y'all, like, they keep reporting revenue because they can't report profit. Not because they don't want to. They used to report profit back in the 360 days when they were actually making a profit. But now they don't, because they're not. And they don't want to make investors sound like they're stupid for even being in the Xbox business to begin with. It's so bad that Microsoft as a company is worth more without Xbox. That's how bad that is. And they promoted him. No, he was there to do this.
Okay,
he knew about the 3 Horizons since he first came on.
So let me dispute some of the stuff you've said. Right. I didn't want to interrupt you. And if I have, I'm sorry if you haven't finished.
No, you didn't. Go ahead.
I didn't want to be like that situation with I didn't want to be that situation with P-Rock when he was interviewing what's it? When he kept on interrupting him every 30 seconds. Number one, it wasn't Phil that was brought in to do this. It was Sarah. What? Sarah was the one that was brought in to change the direction.
No,
it was, because this is what she This is what she specializes in. Now, Xbox.
What does she specialize in?
In bringing things to multiple places. T-Mobile was not doing nowhere near as well until she came along and changed the way T-Mobile worked, functioned,
Go watch.
and was supported.
Go
And
watch
then
my
they
most
became
recent
a
video,
thing.
bro.
And
Go watch
then
my most recent video will educate you on what her job is and what she was doing.
I'll check
and
it
why
out
they
after the
hired her.
stream. Secondly,
Go watch it.
Xbox was
watch it.
about. If I tell you I'm gonna watch it, I'm gonna watch it.
No, I'm saying. Go ahead.
There's reports that Satya and Co were ready to shut down the Xbox after the Xbox One during the Xbox One era, and Phil was the one that stopped that from happening.
It was before the Xbox One era. They were going to shut it down when the populace reacted to the 24-hour check-ins and stuff like that. They were going to actually shut it down then, before Phil Spencer was
right. But Phil Spencer was the one.
Phil Spencer was part of the leadership team since like 2009 or something. He's been part of the leadership team. He was all for the
that was done. That was Don Matrick, man. Come on.
No, Don Matrick didn't work alone. You don't work. These leadership teams don't work alone, bro.
No, but he was in charge of Xbox.
The leadership team. You should know this about Phil if you're an Xbox fan, bro. He was in charge of Rare. He was in charge of Lionhead Studios, and he was in charge of one more. Phil Spencer is the reason why Rare shut down. Phil Spencer is the one that shut down Lionhead Studio, a studio that he was in charge of for years. He was in charge of that. The reason why we started seeing Phil Spencer's face, it wasn't over Xbox One. It was the Kinect. That's when Phil Spencer's got the assignment to try to sell Kinect. That's what he was trying to do. That's why he forced Fable on Fable Kinect and all that. He forced the avatars from Rare instead of having Rare make the games that they wanted to make, and that's why the entire team of Rare left. No.
How long has Sarah been at Xbox? How long has Sarah been at Xbox?
What, 4 years? 5 years?
It's been 7.
7 years. That's baby time. How long has Phil been part of Xbox?
So that's pretty much before the series even came out. So this whole thing with the series console was in motion before.
What do you mean? Sarah Bond, when Sarah Bond came in, she was in charge of negotiations with well, not even Game Pass. Well, no, it was Game Pass. She replaced that one white chick that used to work there, and she was in charge of negotiating Game Pass and building relationships with third-party developers to try to talk them into getting into Game Pass. She had nothing to do with the console or the hardware.
No, the direction that it's gone, she's the one that pretty much brought it, and I'm not blaming her for it. She was told to do a job.
You are. No,
I'm not. No, I'm not blaming her.
You're 100% blaming her for it, bro.
Like, no, I'm saying
it's not her fault. She was only doing her job.
No.
Phil Spencer.
Don't do that.
Is her boss. Phil Spencer is her boss. Okay, fine. You just said that it's her fault.
I said she is the one that was told to. She was brought in to take it in that direction. She is doing her job.
No, she was brought in to be the fall guy.
Nah.
Keep it a buck.
Why would she be the fall guy?
What do you mean? Why would she be the fall guy? Because you're blaming her right now and not Phil Spencer.
How is me saying that she was brought in to do a job, blaming her? She's doing what she was employed to do.
She didn't come in as president of hardware on Xbox. She has absolutely no experience on hardware of any device, of being in charge of hardware and making hardware.
She's software.
What?
She's
what?
She's in the whole software business. Same as like T-Mobile.
Well, I just said her job is not the software side. Her job is the hardware side. Matt Booty's job is the software side. He's in charge of software and development. She's in charge of Xbox's hardware. You didn't know that?
Say that again, because you're confusing me.
Sarah Bond is in charge of Xbox hardware.
Yes.
Matt Booty is in charge of the software.
I mean, untitled at least.
What do you mean? What do you mean, bro? What do you
because
mean
he's shit.
At least? Huh?
Because he's crap. That's what I mean entitled. Nah.
All of them.
Sarah came in to do a job and she did it admirably.
No, what job did she do?
What do you mean? What did she do? She steered
What did
Xbox
she
into
do?
a new direction, and that was what she was asked
What's
to
the
do.
new direction that she put Xbox in?
To be everywhere.
What do you mean to be? You need to watch my videos, dog. I've been educating people on Xbox for so long. So you believe that she's responsible for Xbox to be on multiple screens? I have video of when before she was part of it, of Phil Spencer saying that
Again,
same thing.
not responsible.
Hold on. I also have video of before when Xbox was first invented, of Bill Gates saying that same exact thing. This is being on all screens is something that was the reason why Bill Gates okayed an Xbox. And I have his speech on it. It's in my latest video.
Bill Gates okayed Xbox. Bill Gates okayed Xbox because they wanted to compete with Sony.
They didn't build Xbox because they wanted to compete with Sony. They okayed Xbox because of Sony's living room thing. But it's something that Sony said that pissed them off. But that's not the reason why they built it. They built it to steer gamers onto other platforms and other things that they own. They wanted to make it all about TV from the beginning. They started off with web TV. The first console
No,
for
they
Xbox
wanted to take over
was
the
web
living
TV.
room.
I mean,
They
for
wanted to be
Microsoft.
the entertainment center on the living room.
Right. And they started that journey with web TV. That's what. And then when Sony destroyed web TV when they put Blu-rays in every fucking console. And so Microsoft had to play catch up and make a little HD DVD little buy-in box that you had to pay $99 for to get that little box. And they tried to push HD DVD instead of Blu-ray because Sony owned part of Blu-ray.
I mean, Sony owns Blu-ray.
Yeah, they own part of it. They don't own all of it. They are co-developers. It's like 7 people, bro, that co-developed that. Like I think Samsung is in it, Philips is in it. It's a few companies in it, but Sony was a major player in it, and the major distributor for it. And they pushed it into their PlayStation 3, which destroyed the whole web TV thing. So Microsoft had to pivot, and Microsoft went and pivoted. They started selling ad space on their Xboxes. That's where they started with the 360. And there's a whole videos on that about how they were selling the size of the tiles to developers, and that was the big money that they was trying to get. And then the Kinect came in, which was supposed to add more.
I mean, that's not how the Blu-ray thing went.
You said what?
That's not how the whole Blu-ray situation went with HD DVD.
What do you mean?
The market chose what they wanted, just like Betamax and VHS. Betamax back in the day was way better than VHS. It just wasn't picked up by the community because VHS was cheaper.
Well, Blu-ray was more expensive. PlayStation 3 was how much in comparison to the 360?
Right, but the community, the public, picked Blu-ray over HD DVD, even though HD DVD...
No.
Yes, it did.
Yes. But it wasn't the public. See, this is where you confuse it too. It wasn't the public. It was the people who make movies.
Yeah.
Because the Blu-ray DVD was double-sided or double layered or whatever, and so they can make their movies more clear and better and all that.
Well, actually,
so
HD DVD actually was
in comparison to Blu-ray.
HD DVD actually gave better quality.
No, it didn't.
It did.
What?
It did.
It was 1080p. It didn't have nearly the same amount of space that a Blu-ray had.
It supported AV1, which is pretty much, even now, the highest quality.
Antiquated. Nah. Okay, sure. It died. Whatever you want to say.
But it died.
Sure. It died because the movie makers are the ones who chose it.
They wanted more space.
Felt that they can get. They felt that they would film on that because of the space that it had, and they can make their things more quality than HD DVD.
It's just the space.
I don't care. That's on it.
But that's why HD DVD went away.
Sure, but that's what happened. Whatever, however you want to say it. At the end of the day, Microsoft really was all about ad revenue and multimedia. That's what they're still about.
I mean, yeah, that's the core of them. They're all cloud and data. That's their biggest selling.
Gaming.
I'm not saying the core of gaming. I said cloud and data for them is their core business.
Mm-hmm. Well,
That brings them the most money.
Data, yeah, cloud and AI is their core business right
Well, now
right?
AI,
And
yeah.
data is the currency basically
I mean,
of what's going on.
you've seen how much they've just invested into AI.
Yeah, they've been investing in
340
AI, bro.
billion.
I'm not surprised. Their whole
340
business
billion.
is based on AI. Yeah,
That's
like they
crazy money,
did.
man.
You see what they did with you see what they did with Windows 10 and Windows 11? Did you see what happened with that?
10 gone.
Or no?
What do you mean with the whole requirement to switch?
Well, yeah, but like the majority of the majority of PCs out there couldn't switch. Not majority, but a large amount of PCs couldn't switch from Windows 10 to Windows 11 because they're demanding you to be Copilot enabled. Like every PC has to be Copilot, and there's no workarounds of it. Like they are now forcing you to feed their AI. You didn't know about this?
I don't know. I totally get that. And I said that
did you know about it?
What? That they were forcing people to move over.
Bro, there are people who had perfectly working, perfectly fine, perfectly great PCs,
and they can still use them.
Over. They could not carry over.
You can't. You don't need to go to Windows 11 to still be able to play any of your games.
No, you need to go in order to. Windows 10 is over with. It's no longer getting updated, right?
It is getting
updated on the
14th. It is. You just have to
on
pay
the
for
14th,
it.
From Microsoft?
Yeah, you just have to pay for it, and you get critical updates.
Oh, wait. So now you have to pay for it.
Yeah, if you want, I don't know what the cost is.
You don't know what the cost is?
No, it doesn't bother me because I'm on Windows 11.
Well, we're not talking about how it bothers you though. Like right now we're talking about the populace, right?
I'm just saying I didn't look into how much it costs. I don't care
about PC at all. But
I'm saying I didn't look into
the conversation needs to be had.
But dude, my son's PC is near enough 10 years old, and his one supports Windows 11. Like, if you've got a PC that's built when dinosaurs came around,
PC, you got a 10-year-old PC that supports Windows 11.
Yes, it had it already. You know, the TPM thing was already part of the thing. It was already there.
So does that make it okay?
No, what I'm saying is, if you've got a dinosaur of a PC, you can. They've given you an option to still stay on Windows 10. They have given you an option.
If you have a PC that works perfectly fine for however you want to use it, and it's not even just gamers that have to worry about this, it's whole companies.
Mate, there are banks that are still on, using Internet Explorer 6.
On top of that,
what are you on about?
How much of your privacy is being respected now with AI?
Mate, nothing's being respected with AI, but Microsoft isn't the only one dealing with AI. But why is Microsoft the only? Wait. Why is Microsoft the only one now? But why is Microsoft the only one that's being slated here for AI? Google's using AI. Amazon is using AI.
OS. I can't help that Microsoft has the biggest OS in the country.
Yeah, but that's irrelevant.
I mean, no, it is relevant. You know why it's relevant?
It's not relevant.
Let me tell you why. It's relevant because because Windows went down from 91% shares on OS down to 68%. So Windows is low-key dying, and they're trying to find a way to boost it up. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody's making an OS. Now OS is becoming irrelevant, bro. I don't know if you know this, but an OS is becoming irrelevant. An OS for gamers, you think Microsoft care about you using the OS? They don't care. Like they want you to use it. Don't get me wrong, but
it's the third biggest earner, so minority. Yeah, they do care.
PC gamers are the vast minority. They're niche in the PC business, super niche, right? So all these companies, this is what's damaging is that they're starting to use Apple's cloud shit, or they're starting to use Linux or some other shit. But everybody's moving to Mac because Mac has become almost as easy as the Windows is now. Like
they've been saying that for years
in America,
and there's been no traction.
You know how much share Apple has now in the OS market in America? Do you know?
Outside, you're just talking about Mac OS, right? Not iPhone or iPad.
No, I'm talking about overall Mac OS, Apple's OS, Mac OS.
So iOS is not iOS is not included in that.
What do you mean, bro?
Well, no, because if you're
a question about Apple, just Apple's OS period. You can say whatever, everything counts, right? Everything that they have that Windows is not being able to
Mate, you're
use, right?
tripping.
No way.
Mate, you are going off on a tangent. How can you include iOS into the way you're
I'm
talking
not
about
going off
desktop?
on a tangent, bro.
Nah, bro. Nah, bro.
No, hold on. You say
You are comparing oranges to apples now. If you're
I
going to
am
compare
not.
apples to
I am
apples,
not.
you compare
I
Mac
am not.
OS to
I am not.
Windows OS.
I am not comparing apples to oranges or whatever, because we're talking about a console PC hybrid that's supposed to be coming up, that's forced by Microsoft, right?
Right.
So I'm telling you why they're doing this. That's why I'm asking you, do you know the shares that Apple has in the OS business now?
The last I don't know. The last I checked, no, I don't know. The last I checked was about 2 years ago, and it was around 15%. That's when I checked.
15%.
That was 2 years ago. Probably today, if you include iOS, somewhere in the region of about 30%.
Yeah, 30%.
That was, but if you don't include iOS,
I don't even know if it counts that.
No, it will count iOS. It's counting iOS.
30%. Do you know how much OS Microsoft lost? Microsoft used to be 92% of the OS space. They lost
but
like a third of their business.
Yeah, but if you take out mobile devices and tablets and just have the MacBooks and the iMacs, that 30% drops down to something like 20%.
Yeah,
it's still a good movement.
Yeah. And what did Satya Nadella say yesterday? What did he say?
What did he say?
He said that the competition in their gaming space is what? You haven't heard this?
Oh, you mean the TikTok thing?
TikTok thing. Yes. Why is it? Why did he say TikTok?
Time. Time.
No, I'm asking you. Do you know?
I told you time.
Time.
Yeah, exactly why Sean Layden said it.
Bro,
Sean Layden said the same thing. Was you complaining about Sean Layden? No, I'm not gonna fuck Sean Layden because your grandpappy said the same thing, and you're turning around and saying,
"Let me help you."
It's always about time.
Yeah, exactly. That's like saying milk is about being white, bro. Like everything, like what we're doing right now is time, right? If you go and you fucking watch a TV show, time. If you go and drive on a freeway, time. Like everything is competing with time. Like every single thing. You go and you fucking take a piss, time. Like it doesn't fucking matter. Like time, like to say time is like saying the most basic thing, because
taking a piss
everything competes for time. Every fucking thing competes for time, right? But they're saying that, the reason why he's saying TikTok, and let me educate you on this, and I'm not saying that in a bad way because I know people don't know, but it's because TikTok ain't on Windows like that. People make TikTok videos on cell phones, right?
Yeah.
They don't make TikTok on Windows. So,
I mean, I do, but go on.
I mean, if you do, fine. But the majority of you know what I mean, bro. Like, you can go ahead and retract and try to distort what I'm saying all you want.
No. You can make it anywhere.
The fact, okay, but where are they making them?
You can make them anywhere.
Okay, then. Okay, they're not making them up on Windows, bro. They're making them on their cell phones, bro. And the question is Windows on cell phones? What app? Where do you get these apps? You get them from OS? What Apple's OS? Android's OS? Like where are these things?
I think you misunderstood what they were talking about.
No. This is relevant, nigga, because TikTok is something that Satya Nadella named himself.
Yeah,
and so the reason why Microsoft was trying to buy TikTok, the money that they bought Activision with.
By the way, do you know who else? Do you know who else mentioned this?
See, change the subject, bro.
No, do you know who else mentioned TikTok?
You don't want to learn, bro. You got a YouTube channel, bro.
No. Do you know? And I'm telling you that Reggie from Nintendo also said the exact same thing as Satya did a year ago. Sean Layden also said the same thing. All these big figureheads are seeing how people are now spending more time on social media with YouTube Shorts, with TikTok Shorts, and that time is growing exponentially. Why do you think the US is? Why do you think Donald Trump is trying to get a big, trying to get TikTok in US control?
Because he's claiming that it's a threat to our security or whatever.
Of course,
but what you got to understand is that Microsoft doesn't have a plan to combat it, and so he's putting that plan on gaming. So how does
Yes.
gaming combat it? Like Sony has a plan to combat TikTok. You
What's
know what
that?
that is?
What's that?
Anime. It's all about time. Remember?
Yeah.
So
That's their way of doing it.
If people are making TikToks, and it's not about people making TikToks, it is kind of. It's about people, but it's about people watching TikTok, right?
Yeah,
But
it's
what
just the watching.
also what's growing exponentially in this generation is anime. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if you've seen the numbers, bro, but you need to go look up the numbers of anime. There's a reason why Sony put all that money into Kodokawa. You know, it wasn't because of From Software.
No, it wasn't From Software at all. It was always about Kadokawa. It was all about things.
They also got a deal with Namco Bandai. Did you hear about that?
Yep, it's always been. They want to be the one-stop shop for anime.
Anime, yeah. There's a lot of gaming companies that are in anime. Namco is a big one. There's another one too that's in it. Toei Tecmo is in it. That's a lot of them that's doing animes now, right? And then on top of that, Sony is mixing their IPs from PlayStation, the popularity from there, and mixing them into not only anime but TV shows as well and movies and all that. So Sony's combat for more time outside of the gaming space. This is why they said that a couple of months ago, or like probably last year, about taking their IPs outside of the hardware, and people thought, oh, they're gonna put it on Xbox, and you were probably one of them that made a video about that. In reality, what they were saying is that they're gonna take their IPs and put them in movies and all forms of different entertainment because of this time. That's how they're gonna compete with the TikToks of the world. It's not just the console space, because console is gonna be one thing, but if you're gonna go outside of consoles, they're gonna use their console IPs to grow everything else on the outside. We got Ghost of Tsushima anime coming up, right? We got Horizon's TV show. I think they should having problems. God of War's shit coming. Like, everybody has something coming up from their IPs. That's exactly what they need.
Do. And no, and that's and I'm going to say this. That's from Sony's point, that's a really good strat, because that is a good, an alternative way of actually trying to combat. If people aren't going to come to the gaming side, they are trying to take it from another slice of the pie from somewhere else to get people's attention.
Well,
what Microsoft is doing,
Sony has a hand in every inch of the entertainment space. Everything from music to movies to all of that. I mean, who do you think is making Zelda's movie?
Mate,
they go to Sony Studios for that.
You need to correct some people on that, though.
What do you mean? Why?
The next Zelda's going to be, the game is going to be exclusive to PlayStation.
Well, it's not going to be the game. I don't know who said that. I mean, Nintendo's always going to do
the number of people
Nintendo.
number of PlayStation fans that come in here and saying the same thing. Oh, no, it's crazy. I'm like, guys, come on.
Nintendo or PlayStation isn't going to follow the footsteps of Xbox, because Xbox isn't following the footsteps of gaming.
Let's not do that.
Well, no, I'm just saying they're not. But
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying.
Come on, damn! Oh, that's dumb. Yeah, no. Nintendo would never. There's no reason. There's no reason
do that, man.
for it. There's absolutely no reason for it. But how is Microsoft going to combat TikTok? What is the ace up their sleeve? Do you know?
Honestly,
I know. Do you know?
I don't really see anything outside of them providing different mediums of gaming.
Nope. No, it has nothing to do with gaming.
You're gonna say AI?
Yeah, it is AI.
And how is AI gonna do that?
How many AI videos have you seen on YouTube?
Honestly,
how many AI made videos?
And genuine. No,
AI, bro. You can tell when a video is made by an AI, because the AI likes to repeat itself on the same shit. It'll last 30 minutes, and they'll be repeating the same thing.
Oh, I never watched that. I only just watch YouTube Shorts, but there was
I don't like
literally
to watch them, but there's some. They're trying to make them.
The first thing I watched yesterday,
doing it, but it's AI. Huh?
That I was watching something yesterday that literally just made me almost piss myself from laughing, and I called my son down. It was just that really spicy ramen noodle. I think it starts with a B. Bang something.
Not Billy. It's something. I know what you're talking about.
You know the one I'm talking about. Gaz was showing off the noodles as well. It's really a spicy one. And they basically put a bowl out, and random animals were coming along and sticking their head in it and basically just having really bad reactions to the spice.
Mm-hmm.
It's really funny to see their reaction, especially the squirrel. But because I was watching it on a small screen, I didn't actually notice it was AI until my son actually pointed out, no, look closely, it is AI. And so to answer your question, I may have seen a lot of it, but I've not been aware of
You
it.
haven't noticed it. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So what Microsoft wants to happen is they want people to make TikTok videos using AI. And the reason they want to do that is because they're going to start charging people not money to use it, not money to make a video on it, but they want a percentage of the ad revenue generated.
And considering they just spent 340 billion, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, they feel like they're making bets on it, just like they made a bet on Xbox.
Mate, they should
They're
just give
making
me
bets
like
on AI.
0.1%
And that's not the only
of
like
that money.
function. Like AI is going to have plenty of function. AI might be the reason why the entire industry crashes. Now, I'm not even talking gaming industry. I'm talking about just business.
No, I think it will. I think
it's
it
going
will.
to be too many people losing their jobs, and then people saying, "Well, these companies going to make money because they're going to use AI," and then it's like, yeah, these companies are going to fire people, and those same people aren't going to have the money to buy products that they're selling. So it's like it's going to turn into a problem.
It's like what I was saying. I'm not sure if you've noticed it with Google right now. And me and a friend of mine at work, because we talk about this stuff all the time, and it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, where Google itself right now is cannibalizing itself. So
they already fucked up. Yeah,
you know, because like every time you put a website, you know, people pay a lot of money to create websites, and then they put, you know, spend even more for Google Analytics to be with the SEO and whatnot to, you know, for the search engine to find it. But what's happening now is that Gemini is basically, you can search for something and Gemini basically has it at the top, giving you the answer of what you want. And those websites aren't actually getting any clicks either.
Right.
So those websites are all kind of, you know, not even getting the revenue that they're supposed to get. So AI is actually eating itself. So what's eventually going to happen is there's going to be nothing for AI to feed off.
Yeah, that's true. Facts.
There's
so many different factors of it. It's like trying something new, or trying a new cure for something like Ozempic, right? Like you see the results of Ozempic immediately, but you don't know the long-term results.
You know, it didn't work with me.
We don't know if Ozempic is going to be giving you cancer later. You know what
like
I mean?
Full disclosure, I tried it. It didn't work with me.
It didn't work with you?
No, it didn't work.
Real shit.
Me. Like I tried it for about 6 months, and
it's expensive, bro.
The government here prescribed it to me because I'm diabetic.
Oh, you lucky bad.
But it didn't work for me. So I'm doing that. I'm now, you know, I've got myself an exercise bike at home. I've got some.
You gotta do it the hard way.
I'm doing the proper way, I'm you know, slowly losing weight. But I can tell you, like, firsthand, like from myself,
that it doesn't work.
It didn't work at all. Like I think I lost. Yeah, for me, like I think I lost in 6 months. Like I went. I think like what, maybe 2 kg, which is nothing when you think about Ozempic. You're supposed to lose it like crazy. Like you've seen what
stomach pains or some shit though, right? Or it fucks your liver up or something. Is it something like that?
It can give you like my stomach was my liver's fine. But when I was taking it, because of I was on like a lot of tablets at the time to control my sugar levels, it was causing adverse effects on my stomach lining. So that was the only real side effect I had, but they remedied that with other medication to fix that. But the actual injection didn't do anything for me. So I'm now losing weight the proper way. But I've seen people on it that
who lost plenty of weight.
They lost weight like
on it that look crazy. I think
that look
on
crazy.
It.
Yeah, he's definitely on it.
Yeah, he looks crazy. Either that or he's sick as fuck. One or the other, bro. But it's like, I think it's Ozempic. But that's the thing. Like when you're big, bro, and you lose weight, you look old as fuck. You know what I mean? Especially in the face, like real shit. You look old as shit, bro. Like if you have it in the face, bro. Like the only way to make it look better is to wear a fucking beard, bro. You already have that, so you're already there. But you look old. Like Phil look old and sick off of it because his face used to be chubbier, and that skin ain't went nowhere. You know, so. You know, once you get older and you big and you want to get skinny, your skin it doesn't have the same elasticity in it. So you're gonna start looking old. If you can notice it in people, you can see it in people.
Mate, you know when
that
you're
they look
old, when you
older.
get up in the morning and your back's like, nah, just stay there.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm already there, bro. I'm already shit. Already there, bro.
It's
Yeah.
like, what's up, my kid this
Mm-mm.
morning? He goes, Dad, you need to wake up. And I'm like, okay, because they're on like holiday from school, and I'm working from home at the moment. And I'm like, yeah, I'm getting up, and I'm like, nah, I think I'm just gonna lay down for another 10 minutes. And that 10 minutes ended up being like another 4 minutes. He just kept coming back, wake up, because he won't let me lay in, little punk. But it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, Ozempic is I've heard that there's some crazy side effects, like really, really bad side effects of it. So now everyone's moving over to that Manjaro crap now, right? If you've heard of that. I think we lost King.
Hold on, you can't hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, yeah, my bad. This shit trip.
That's alright, man. Yeah, now the new craze is for that Manjaro one, which is very new. I'm not going anywhere near that though.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't.
You'll start growing like
mean,
a third limb and
I haven't
shit.
heard of it. I haven't heard of it, but I'm not trying to do easy ways because, like I said, it's always some kind of side effect.
Yeah.
And that's going back to AI and all that. That's some kind of side effect. Like Sony
Yeah.
is choosing
The organic way.
anime and their original way of doing the entertainment business, which is safe because you know the results of that. If you put out bad stuff, you're gonna get bad results.
Yep.
Microsoft just wants background money. That's what they want. They don't want to work for. That's what AI is all about.
They just
You
want
don't wanna
sustained
work
revenue.
for money. They just want background money. The same thing with when they bought GitHub and all that. They just want background money.
Yeah, sustained revenue.
Right. Same thing with pushing Steam
I mean-
on a device. That's background money. And even though it's not really good background money for them, I think it's more of they just want Windows background money off of that. They want to be able to push AI through you. They want to be able to push Windows through you, use those Windows numbers, and hope that Steam OS doesn't become exclusive to Steam. You know? 'Cause
Gabe
that's
will
what's
never do
gonna-
that. There's too much
Who
money to be
won't?
made. Gabe won't do that. Gabe loves money.
Oh, he does, but he knows that the PC gaming populace is getting tired of Windows.
Yeah,
They can
but
do without Windows if they can. Like if you're a Steam gamer and you have a Steam library and they go and make a Steam OS and then make it exclusive to Steam, and Steam OS doesn't cost you anything, they'll download it. They're fans
So-
of Steam, not fans
so
of Windows.
what do you do when you got easy anti-cheat games?
What do you mean? Well, that's the problem with PC. Like
No, that's the
either
problem
you're gonna have
with-
a closed environment or an open environment.
No,
right?
no, easy
Is
anti-cheat
Steam
is-
OS closed?
Easy anti-cheat is because of Steam OS doesn't allow you to access kernel 0. So easy anti-cheat
What-
doesn't work on there.
So
Then-
you can't use anti-cheat, but can't people
Easy-
cheat?
No. So it's actually a cheat prevention program called
Mhm.
Easy Anti-Cheat.
Mhm.
It comes with like a lot of games, free-to-play games,
Mhm.
multiplayer games. I know
Mhm.
Valve is doing a lot of work at the moment to try and work around it and try to
Mhm.
find solutions, because what that software needs is access to your kernel 0, which a lot of people don't like because it basically gives the publishers access to the root of your machine.
Are people, the buyers of this new Xbox, gonna have to worry about that?
No.
No,
No, because it's just going to be there. It's
it's just gonna be there.
Yeah, it's going to be, the games have access to it.
So access to what? The kernel?
The kernel 0, yeah. If you're running a Windows game and it
Mhm.
has an easy anti-cheat software,
Mm-hmm.
Windows doesn't block that.
Okay, so Windows doesn't block it, so they'll automatically have it.
But Steam
Or they
OS
have to-
right
or they
now.
have to download it.
No. It's just part of the OS.
So
It
then what
allows
happens
it.
if Steam? So what if, like I said, what if happens if Steam makes their OS like a necessity to play Steam games
But why would they do that?
because they want to? Because they don't want to pay Microsoft royalties. It could be
What,
a million and
what
one thing.
royalties are they paying Microsoft right now?
You said what?
What royalties are they paying?
I don't know. I'm not in Steam's business, but I know that they are an app on Microsoft's OS, and I know that's the reason why Stadia died is because Microsoft was charging high ass fees to be on Windows.
Nah, Stadia died because Google just trash.
No, see, you
Nah,
can't talk
bro.
like
Dude,
you can't.
dude,
And then you try to
dude,
correct me. Have you studied this? Have you studied?
dude,
it?
have you
read?
seen?
Well,
Did you see? No, hold on. Let me just
Have
finish
you
what I'm
studied
saying.
it, bro?
Let me finish what I'm
All right.
saying. How
I
much
think I'm
did
the only
Assassin's
one that
Creed?
studies for YouTube, bro.
How
Real
much did
shit.
Assassin's Creed cost Google to port over to Stadia?
You said how much? What's that again?
How much did Ubisoft charge Stadia, Google
don't know.
Stadia?
I don't know.
They charged them $60 million, right? To port it
$16
over.
million to
60,
port it
60.
over.
Yeah. And do you
To
know how?
port it.
Yeah, to port it over to work on Google's Stadia. Do you know how long it took them to actually get the port working?
How long?
2 minutes, because they had to
2
add
minutes.
they had to add one line of code,
Okay.
and they charged them 60 million. Google failed because number one, they came out too early, and the software, the actual
early.
cloud.
Are you saying that because Microsoft is doing it now?
No. Did you see the state cloud came out at when Google came out?
Yeah.
It was shit.
No. They
Yeah.
didn't have no latency on Stadia.
Are you crazy? Didn't you see
I
all
am
those
not. I tried.
videos?
I'm not a fan of Stadia. I think that
I'm
all
a
services
huge
are
fan of
trash.
Stadia. I'm a
I
huge
hate
fan of
Stadia.
Stadia. I love
And
Stadia.
I went and I tried Stadia, bro.
I
went
use
and I
Stadia
tried, 'cause
forever.
I'm not the type to sit there and just hate on something without trying it.
No, I love
I went and I
Stadia.
tried Stadia, bro, and they had excellent latency, bro. xCloud has the
Spanish.
trashest of trash latencies on the planet.
What's
Now,
that?
I have seen no one worse
What's that?
than Xbox's xCloud. I've seen
xCloud
no one
has the worst latency. We can agree on that.
worse. 100%. Ain't no agree. See it.
Google
But
Google at the time when it launched.
oh,
had-
okay,
but-
when it launched is one because I haven't tried it when I launched it. When it
Okay,
first
that's
launched.
that's
But
what I'm saying.
I
They
tried it
launched
a year after it was out.
Yeah,
and the
that-
latency was
it was
damn near
great.
1-to-1.
No,
I
the
checked.
latency at that point, nothing beat Stadia at that
Not to
point.
be. That's what I'm saying.
Not
They
even
had
GeForce
great-
Now. Not
reason
even
why I
GeForce
know-
Now.
The reason why I know Windows is the reason. Like you guys forget Google owns fucking Stadia, bro. They have unlimited money. All right. The reason why I know that Microsoft destroyed Stadia is because they said as much under oath in court. Did you not like listen to that part? Did you hear that part? Did you know about that part?
What, that they were saying that they're not allowing their games to come onto my platform.
No. They were allowing them to do it, but
At the
they were charging them because Microsoft owns Windows. They were giving them like this huge fucking payment that they had to make to have this shit on Windows that they couldn't afford.
Yeah, you need
Like,
to
they
send me
wouldn't
that.
have- they could've-
I
they
don't
could've
remember any of
paid
that.
me. It's not go look it up. Y'all Xbox dudes really need to study Xbox, man.
No, because
keep
I
telling you,
watched that case
I
through and
shouldn't know
through.
more about
Eh,
Xbox than you.
No, I watched that case through and through, and I remember Google standing up there and just crying that they didn't have their games, and Microsoft was
What do
the
you
reason
mean
because they
crying?
wasn't putting their game on there, and they were
You
going
don't
on all
remember what he
this.
said? You don't remember him saying that Microsoft had charged them this fucking fee that was
No, I
way too
genuinely don't.
expensive?
Look, I'm not going to lie to you.
I'm not saying
I'm
that
telling
are.
you,
I'm
I
saying that
genuinely
you need
don't
to study
remember it.
up, bro. You're too busy looking for ways to defend Microsoft, bro.
No,
And it's like
this isn't even defending Microsoft. I am saying that Google was in a good position, despite the fact that they launched really badly. Had they had waited for another 2-3 months,
no,
they would have had
No.
all the games that they were saying that
No, it's not
Microsoft
about- when you-
refused to put on their platform. And they were saying
No.
that as a cloud platform, and this is, I do remember this part, they said that they couldn't compete with them and that Microsoft was a reason for them closing because they couldn't get those games onto their platform because Microsoft wasn't allowing it. But a few
No.
months after that, they would have had
Mhm.
all the games, just like GeForce, just like Boosteroid, and like
It's
everyone
not.
else.
Xbox games are not a system seller. They don't even sell their own system. Like,
But
they're
that's
not-
what they
they're
were
not-
saying.
Xbox
But that's
games
what
is
they
not
were
the make or
saying.
break of a fucking
But
service,
that's
bro.
what they were saying.
It was I'm telling you, it was Windows, bro. I know for a fact. I fucking went over it too many fucking times not to know. It was Windows and the fact that Microsoft was I forgot it had a name too, the premium that they were charging them. And they just couldn't afford it for what they were making. And you know how bad it was? You want to know how horrible Stadia went down? You know how much money they lost? Like they lost more than what they put in if you think about what they did, because they were gangster enough they cared about gamers enough. Not even saying that they how good or bad, but they at least cared about gamers enough to give them back all the money that they spent, right?
So I've just
Which
asked
you-
AI, and they
Wait,
said,
hold on. Wait, hold on. Fuck AI. I hate that shit. Like, nigga, we talking. Like,
I know, but
we don't need
I just,
AI.
I'm
You
just,
guys believe the internet too much, bro. Like, I know what I.
But
First,
the-
let me
but-
finish my point.
but
Before you want to go on,
go on,
you want to
go
go
on.
on AI and
Go
pull up
on.
AI and all that shit. I'll pull up some shit. You don't want me to pull some shit up, bro. Like, for
Go on.
real, you don't. Nigga, pull up all the stuff I was saying about Sarah Bonner. Pull that up if you want to pull something up. That I can't stand that.
I'm just saying Stadia was
But-
built on Linux. It's Linux-based operating system. It's developed by
Bro,
Google.
that wasn't even part of the conversation.
So how is
Like,
Microsoft
I'm
getting
not
involved with this?
They were trying. I'm telling you, in court. This. All right, bro. You want to act like Microsoft ain't the reason why Stadia died? Okay, cool, bro. It is what it is. But Stadia paid back everybody's money, and Stadia only took 30%, if that, went of each sale. But they paid back the entire 100% of the sale, bro.
Here you go.
So
this
think
this
about how
this
much
part
money
here,
per game they lost.
this part
you
here,
know?
this part here coincides with a little bit of what you
not
said.
listening. It's y'all problem, bro. Y'all don't listen.
No, I'm
I be
listening.
trying
I'm just
to
saying.
help y'all, man.
I'm telling you.
Swear I do, man. I
So even when
swear,
I'm
y'all
so even when I'm
don't care
trying to
about gaming,
partially
bro.
agree with you, you're still
Y'all
saying I
care
don't.
about this shit, man.
I'm saying
Y'all
it
don't
says
care
here
about this
Windows
shit.
licensing fees were considered cost prohibitive for the long-term viability of the Google Stadia service. Google opted for Linux to avoid these fees.
Yes. What percentage did Linux have?
What do you mean?
What percentage of the OS market does Linux have?
What difference does that make? It's running on Chrome browser. It's not an app. It's not anything. It literally works off your
What
browser.
percentage does a Chrome browser have?
It's the most popular browser in the world.
But the OS, if they wanted to avoid, what OS is Chrome browser running on?
What's that got to do with anything?
God damn, bro. Like, you're not hearing what you're saying, bro? You just read what I just told you, right? You read what I told you. I don't need Google and all that. I don't need AI to tell me shit about gaming, right? I told you, and you hit up whatever you hit up, and it told you exactly what I
But
told you.
whatever
that
Chrome is,
Microsoft's
but
fees,
it's already
were
being paid for.
were egregious, right? So for Windows, right? Windows is an OS, okay? Okay, so you're saying, oh, they can use Google, and I'm like, what OS is Google on? Like, they're trying to avoid those fees, bro. So they had to go through Linux. So anybody who's using the OS of Linux are the ones that will be able to play Stadia or whatever. And what percentage of the market does the OS of Linux have? Of OS's market, bro?
Dude, you're interpreting this wrong.
No. How?
Or,
Okay.
or I'm not understanding what you're
Explain.
saying.
Explain it. Explain.
Because what
Go
you're
ahead.
asking doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, go ahead. Well, go
They-
ahead. Tell me
they've
what you're hearing.
They opted to go with a Linux OS,
Okay.
right, to run the core function, which is being run inside Google. So that means
Okay.
whatever is being run, the portal that you go get access to
Mm-hmm.
is Linux. So when I
Okay.
go on my Chrome browser and I type in
Mhm.
stadia.com and I boot that game up, I'm not booting that game up on Windows. I'm running that from Linux. Microsoft is not utilizing that at all. I'm running that through the browser. Now, whatever the browser and that arrangement is, that's already been dealt with. That's external to the fact that I'm playing that game on Linux.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still
Okay.
portaling into Linux.
Okay. So you're still logging into Linux, right? So you don't have to download Linux or nothing. You just
No, you don't.
when you play Stadia, it's going to be through Linux, no matter if you're on a Windows
Yes, correct.
platform.
Yes, correct.
And you think that Microsoft isn't charging them for that
How can they charge them for that?
because the user is using Windows.
You're portaling to the service.
You're not in business, bro. Like, you don't understand, and I get that.
No, I
Maybe I
think
got too technical.
we can
Maybe I
disagree
got
on
too
this. We
deep.
can agree to disagree on this one.
No, I'm not agreeing to disagree with anything, bro. It's in the thing that you just read, bro. Like, Microsoft owns Windows OS, and there's no ways around Windows OS. They're gonna know if a user is using Windows OS and they're using it for something else. They're gonna know. There's no secret. It can't be no secrets. It's in code.
That's
they
fine,
wanna
but
know.
I'm not using
So
Stadia
Microsoft is
on
going to
Windows.
want their
I'm
money,
using
bro.
it through their portal. So Microsoft is getting no money because they've said they're not getting any money from paying any money. It says Google opted for Linux to avoid these fees, so they're not paying for anything.
Exactly. They opted for Linux, bro. But if the user is using Microsoft's Windows OS, there's a fee.
No, because they've avoided it.
Okay, all right, for sure. So you're telling me that a user doesn't have to have Linux's OS, right? They don't
Correct.
have to have it.
No.
But Steam is going to. But Stadia is going to run through that OS, right? And
Yes.
it's going to run through that OS, go into
Through
Windows.
not through the OS, through the browser, and the browser itself is also running through Linux.
Yeah, they're Google, bro. Like Stadia is Google. They're going to use Google Chrome browser regardless. So they're not going to use nobody else's. They have their own browsers. That's
Exactly.
Like redundant.
But they're using their portal. They're using their browser to portal out. It's not using Windows.
What I'm saying is that they have to go to they have to go do Linux or whatever. And you're telling me that if me, right, the gamer that's going to use Stadia,
yeah,
isn't on Linux, right,
yeah,
only on Windows,
yeah,
that was a workaround for Stadia to not pay Microsoft fees, right?
Yes.
Is that what you're assuming?
Yes.
So you assume that there's Linux has like fucking 3% of the market today. So back then it was probably even less, right?
Right.
So you're telling me that that Stadia found a way to get around fees for a OS that covered back then probably 70-80% of the market
by not having to install Google Stadia as an app on your device. Yes.
And you think they made money off of that?
Made money off that? Who? Microsoft? No.
Oh.
Why would Google make money off that?
It's too deep for you, bro. Like, you're not in business, so you don't understand what I'm saying. So I'll say this, bro. In court, under oath, Stadia said the reason why they shut down is because of those Microsoft fees you're talking about. They couldn't find a workaround if that's the case, bro. If they found a workaround, then they would still be around. They were under oath. So this isn't things that I said. This is not me, right?
But does that apply to every single thing that's in the Google graveyard?
It doesn't matter. They were under oath. Because I'm not trying to explain, because you're not in business. You're not going to understand what I'm saying.
I don't need to be in business. You're throwing it in my face like
I'm just trying to give it to you in a plain
unintelligent, unintellectual person.
I'm not saying that you're not. God damn it, bro. It's not about how long you been in business. How long?
About 4 years, 5 years.
You've been in business for 5 years.
Yeah.
If that's the case, why in God's name don't you understand what I'm saying? Number one. And then number two, why, when I see you talk about Xbox's revenue, do you talk about it like that's a plus?
But when I said, I didn't say it's a great thing. If you read my tweet, I said that it's not a bad thing. It would have been better if they actually had more growth. But the fact that they still stayed at that point is not a bad thing.
What's the difference between revenue and profit?
Revenue and profit. Profit is net. Revenue is gross. That's all your costs. All the
so you have your gross. You have your gross and your net, right? Well,
yes.
I wouldn't call it gross, but you can say that. You can say it's gross, but and then you can call that you can call profit net, but that's net after everything on top of growth, right? It's growth and then there's other things that net is going to entail, right?
Yeah, and that is your actual bottom line profit. Yeah,
right. So,
I mean, you got operating profit as well, but yeah.
Why in God's name would you only talk about gross and not talk about the investment? Like, your gross is just a number, right? If you're in business, you know this. Like, gross is just a number that means absolutely nothing. It just tells you the interest level. That's probably the best information you can get out of it, right? The interest level.
Yeah.
But it doesn't talk to you about how much you paid to get that interest. And did you pay more to get that interest than you did generate in growth, or not in growth, in growth, in revenue. So I can, like, for example, I can buy 5 oranges, sell 3 for $2, and I bought those oranges for $5 each, you know, or something like that. And it's like I spent more than I made. I sold 2. I have a
I understand that.
I have a plus revenue of $4, but
it doesn't matter. Yeah, exactly.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, why
you
would
can make
ever
$1 million
use revenue as a talking point in how something is doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, revenue should never even be a talk. If I don't,
I didn't talk about revenue though. I spoke about growth.
No, I've seen you guys speak on revenue, growth, whatever, bro. Like, growth, revenue.
Man,
Like, talking about
I didn't talk about anything
like,
on this shit.
The only numbers that Microsoft
ages.
gives is revenue. The only numbers Microsoft gives, they don't give profit. They only give revenue. So that always bothers me that they do that for their investors, and I get it, but I hate when gamers try to use that as a plus.
No,
because it's not.
I gave up talking about that shit a long time ago. Now, what I was saying with this one in particular was that year on year, it didn't decline, considering they had 2 massive cancelled games, or maybe more.
What was the percentage?
Last year, it was 61%.
No. What was it? What was the year-over-year percentage?
They grew by 1% from last year.
So what? If you're in business,
I said that's not great, but it's not the end of the world.
Right, but what does it mean?
That growth had flatlined.
No. Whoa, no. Well, yes and no, because what are you forgetting to think about then if you're in business, bro? Like, you're forgetting that 2 to 3% margin of give or take, right? Like, there's always that 2 or 3%. Like, if you basically not higher than 2%, you're flat. And the reason why they say that is because there's that space between -1 and 2% and +1 and 2% that isn't really like legit. Like, they don't really count it because there's different things that happen. Like,
I understand what you're saying, which is why I didn't go in. I didn't make a video on this.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't make any
I'm just saying people talk about revenue, especially like when they have a higher revenue count. Let's say they had a 10% year over year in the first quarter, right? On the second quarter. The second quarter will be counting for Microsoft, will be counting the holiday season, right? So let's say that they go year over year 10%, and gamers be like, oh, see, it's growing, it's fantastic, oh my god, 10% revenue though. Like, even though
I totally understand that, and that's why I will never say, because you can make £1 million in revenue, right? But if it costs you $1.1 million,
then what? Exactly.
You're actually deficit. But one thing that we did know about this year is that this is the first time in 5 years that the Xbox division has met their milestone of 14% growth overall in terms of the division, not just content and services, because Satya, on top of his $96.5 million, finally got his performance bonus because Microsoft hit that 14%. So now he's going to go buy another yacht or something.
Well, of course, but still, if you
there
look
is
at
still
that number, they said that they grew 14%, right?
Yeah.
For the first time in what also happened? They raised the prices of the consoles. They raised the prices of their services. So even bragging about that's what I'm saying. Revenue is just too tricky, bro.
And that's why I don't talk about it.
Because it's like it's too like, but gamers don't know this. You know what I'm saying? Gamers don't know that shit don't matter. That's why I never made a video on PlayStation's revenue. Look for it ever.
Yeah,
ever in my life.
Sometimes when they release
profit. PlayStation reports profit though. Nintendo reports profit. PlayStation.
See, the one thing I don't like about what PlayStation does, they report on operating profit, which isn't net profit. I'd love to see what their net profit is, but they don't report on the net, because that's obviously the bottom line profit. And I'd like to see what that net profit is, because as you're saying, it's not the full picture. It looks nice.
No, it's not. It's not. But you can also balance it though, because
it's a better picture. It's a better picture.
You can look at it and see that gaming is Sony's bread and butter now. Like, it's
been like that for ages, man.
For their company,
it saved them years ago. Yeah, it saved them years ago.
Samsung kicked their asses in cell phones, kicked them out. Apple kicked them out.
Samsung is kicking
Samsung and LG on a more sense, Samsung is kicking their asses on TVs, right? The only thing Sony's really kicking ass in is cameras. You know what I'm saying?
Do you remember
Like
back?
the movies, the entertainment is falling off a little bit, but they got Spider-Man, so that helps them. But you can only release so many Spider-Mans. Their music is okay, but still they was falling off for a minute too. And then the streaming services really hurt their revenue.
Mhm.
You know, and then they're trying to come up with their own streaming services and all that because that's the only way that they can gain revenue. Music is dying because of streaming services.
Yeah,
You know?
Spotify and stuff like that is just.
It's dying. Like people they make way less money now, bro. It's way easier to make money if you're trash than it is if you're not trash. Simply because people will listen to trash for a good 6 months. Look at the old girl with the red hair with the big booty. I forgot her name. Fucking you probably don't even know her. You're not even from America. But still, it'd be trash rappers like that who don't deserve to be in this space, but people like to watch her and thus listen to her because she has a big butt. Right? Or she had a big butt. She got skinny. She got on Ozempic, got skinny, and looked trash now. But still, her music caught up to her because it's not her. It's only temporary. But because of these services, she was getting money that she would never gotten. Because people wouldn't spend money on a whole album from her. They would just listen to one song that they liked that was ratchet or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I was watching an interview. Listening to. I mean, yes, Boomer still listening to the radio. But there was an interview with Mariah Carey, and I know, right? But it turns out that every Christmas, the royalties that she makes off her Christmas #1, is enough for her to live the rest of that year doing nothing. And I'm like, Jesus. And the guy asked her, like, why do you still make anything? Then if that's enough?
Oh yeah.
And she just said.
I mean, but they do it for security. Like when they keep doing, I mean, you got to do it for security. You know what I'm saying?
Like Christmas you never know. It's like I'm like, damn,
people
man.
start listening to Celine Dion's motherfucking Christmas carols, and Celine Dion wiped the floor with Mariah Carey, bro. She destroyed her.
But yeah, it's like,
no, yeah.
So I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah, you see, like it's just there are trash people out there who are making through services, and that destroys it because people are getting paid for each song and not albums. You know what I mean?
Yep.
How many times that song got streamed and yada yada yada. But there's a lot less money in it now. So Sony's main bread and butter is consoles. Microsoft's main bread and butter is the cloud and
data and AI
right now.
Yeah, all
so
three.
Those are their biggest bets. The Azure cloud is kind of trash too, low key, but still, a lot of people use it. A lot of companies use it.
I mean, even Sony uses it.
Yeah, even Sony uses it. They do, and it's that type of deal that's going on. But when it comes to these consoles, PlayStation depends on consoles. They'll never not be in consoles. And why would they leave? People keep saying they're going to leave consoles and Microsoft is the future and how gaming is going to be consumed. And it's like, no, it's not. It's really not, because these companies can't afford to compete with Microsoft. Microsoft has too much money.
Honestly, I remember back in the PS2 era where Sony was considering selling the PlayStation brand to someone, and then they, on the last moments, decided not to, which is probably the best move they made.
I never heard of that one.
Yeah, they were planning on selling PlayStation as a brand because everything around them, like Sony was going in a really bad place financially. They were really bad. The only thing that was making any form of money, and even that was on a decline, was the cameras. Their TVs weren't doing very well.
The walkie-talkie age. You talking about, like, I mean, not the walkie-talkie, the Walkman.
I'm talking the PS2 era.
Walkman's no. That I'm just saying, like, their company as a whole, like Walkman was carrying Sony for a minute. Like the
people don't even know what ones are today.
Walkmans are, yeah, real shit. But they used to have the best one, Walkmans, headphones, and all that. Sony was running that. And at the same time, their TVs were the top tier TVs. They had fucking microwaves and shit. They still do, but their hardware business was top tier back then, but then it started getting too expensive.
Yeah, like I remember the Z3 phone.
And that's why Samsung came in.
The Z3 phone was really nice. But yeah, they were planning on selling it because they were hoping to use that money from PlayStation because it was so lucrative to basically keep the PlayStation, Sony as a corporation alive, because they were really like up against it. And so they decided that they weren't going to do that. And I think they, I think 6 months after or a year after, they announced the PS3. And obviously things changed for PlayStation. Obviously,
it went awry when they did that. I mean, when they started, well, Microsoft stole the PS3, the first PS3, the actual PS3.
Yeah.
And then so Sony had to take more time to build some shit they sell or whatever.
Well,
But
they just made the same
from what
mistake
I
as
heard,
Fink.
yeah, that Microsoft stole the somehow, I guess some guy worked for Sony that helped architect it or whatever. I don't know, but I know that they struggled on that, and then they wanted to put in Blu-ray, which was controversial because that shit was $1,000 to get a Blu-ray player, and they were only selling it for 600 plus a gaming console.
Oh, it wasn't during
And
the PS2 era. It was the PS1 and the PS2 era when they added. That's right. You know, because they added the DVD drive to the
Yeah,
PS2, it became the cheapest.
PS1 was just the DVD, CDs.
Yeah, it became the cheapest DVD player, and that's what saved them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Yeah.
when they did that, people were just buying PS2s as a DVD player because it was cheaper
Right.
than spending double the price on an actual DVD player.
Right. Same with Blu-rays. Yeah.
Yeah. The problem with the
mean-
Blu-ray was that it pushed the console up to like $600,
Right.
and that priced
it's
them out.
still out-
And that
what's
priced
crazy
them.
is it's still outsold. Do you know it's still outsold the 360
I mean, that was at the
that
end.
little price? No. At the end, they called up and took over. Microsoft had a year head start. You know what I mean? And they had games running better on it. You know what I mean? So the games were looking better, playing better, all that. But it's still Sony outsold Microsoft every single month worldwide. In America, they were getting their ass beat, but worldwide, they were outselling Microsoft Xbox every month. They only had 1 month, and I think that's when Halo 3 came out, when they tied.
I don't
You
know,
what I'm
man.
saying? Like, other than that, yeah, I promise you, every single month, bro. They
The
they
360
outsold
era was a
Microsoft.
good era for Microsoft, and I think that was the last
That was the
successful era.
last good era. That was the last good gaming era, bro. That was the last generation where the focus was gaming, and EA was the only one trying to push shit. And they were the ones that were doing
Actually,
DLC and all that.
on that point, because I think that's a really good point that you raised. What do you think about gaming today compared to, back to even going back as far as like, the Super Nintendo days, the PlayStation 1 days, the Sega Saturn days, the Dreamcast days, the PS2 days, right? The OG Xbox. How do you compare those times? Because earlier today I was watching like some videos of seeing people unboxing their PS2s for the first time when they got home, or unboxing their 360s or their OG Xboxes or their Mega Drives, you know them as Genesis in the US. And the joy that they would have on their face, and, jumping on like the N64s that they were. I just found a mad collection of clips of just old video, like shorts of people showing their sheer excitement for gaming back in those days. How do you find it? Are you like me, where it's not the same? The joy of going out and buying that brand new console today doesn't match what it was like back then. Being there and going to those midnight launches for those games and experiencing that atmosphere, ignoring the fact that there was loads of people outside waiting to mug you and shit at the moment you left the store at midnight, ignoring that death trap over there, but that excitement inside the store where everyone was kind of collectively there, or those LAN parties that you would have at home with your friends and whatnot. Gaming has changed.
Well, it's because technology has changed. It's because people have changed. I mean, this generation of people are lazy as shit right now. Like, they don't do nothing. I don't know how the world gonna look, but everything got, how do you say it? Everything got concentrated on what sold best. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and that goes for all the entertainment. Like, we used to have ugly actors, but they were great actors. You know what I mean? And now everybody got to be pretty, and so all these movies are mediocre, and they don't know why. Because everybody got to be pretty. You know what I mean? It's just that damaged it. So when it came to gaming, we got more distractions, and it goes like the TikTok thing. You know what I mean? It goes to what Satya Nadella is saying, the competition. Cell phones have changed how much attention people pay to what. People used to hand you a Game Boy when you was a kid. They used to hand you a DS or whatever.
Oh man, I remember my
and
first
now
Game
they're
Boy.
handing you their phone. They don't gotta buy a console. Here, take my phone. Like, I'm not using it. Here, take my phone, play this game. You know, like so the culture of and then everything's digital. So people are buying games digitally now. They're not going to the stores and you know, going out there and understanding the culture of being a gamer to begin with. You know, that's
It's lost.
dying because of that, because of being lazy. It's losing to convenience. The gaming space is losing to convenience. You know what I mean? As far as and then the community itself, like everybody wants to come. Am I in here console warring with you right now, bro?
No,
Or are we just having a gaming conversation?
we're just having a gaming conversation.
But some people would say that I'm console warring with you.
No,
You
no,
know?
no.
I'm being toxic. Because I'm saying different things and some things ain't all positive. And it's like, bro, like we're just talking gaming, dog. And the gaming conversation never used to be this back then. It didn't even used to be about how deep, who's working for what company, and
Mate, they didn't even care about the financials. It was about, if you had a problem with me, let's get it on with Mario Kart or something like that and go head to head, or boot up Street Fighter Alpha free and take it up.
Bring my TV, or you know what I mean? Like it was, or we'll play 007 4 player screen.
Yeah, we'll let the gaming do the talking.
Right,
we settled it in the game.
And the console war was a healthy console war. The Sega Nintendo console war was a healthy console war. Everyone won, because it'll be my homie got a Genesis, I got a Nintendo. I'm gonna bring my Nintendo over, and we're gonna play all these games. It wasn't about what game was better. It wasn't about, everybody respected Sonic just like they respected Mario. You know, like it was just like, what you got? Oh, let's try this. Oh, let's try this. Oh, you got Street Fighter on this? Bring that. Like now it's, oh, you got an Xbox, you suck. Oh, you got a PlayStation, you're fucking garbage. You're a fucking fanboy. And I be like, and I tell people like, I'm a fan of gaming, bro. I'm a fanboy of gaming. I'm not a fanboy of I don't care what these companies are doing. I'm just looking at how everything that I fucking say on my channel and everywhere else has to do with how it affects gamers.
Yep. And this is why I will never, say a game is bad just because of the platform it's on. If it's a bad game, it's a bad game.
It's a bad game. Right.
Right.
Exactly.
And I go back to my Astrobot review that I did.
Mm-hmm.
I said, if you have been part of, and in my review, and you can go and watch it, I said it in there as well. I gave it 93 out of 100. If you're a fan of like the PlayStation heritage, like I was, because I've had all the PlayStation platforms, like the Sega platforms and the Xbox platforms, I've been fortunate enough and lucky enough to be able to have them and grow up with them. You appreciate a lot more what was on show. But I said, if you don't care about any of that, then I gave like an alternative, which was an 87, which is still a good rating, by the way. It's not a bad rating. But I've seen people saying like how that game is totally trash and this, and I will argue to, the end of time. If a game is good, in my eyes, it's a good game, regardless of platform. Because at the end of it, regardless of all the external factors, I just care about the games.
Right. Exactly. And that's what people get it wrong, though. They get it wrong as to, like you said, it's in your eyes. It's in just your opinion on it. And other people's opinion may differ. And people take that too seriously. They take that too personally. Like, you don't agree with what I agree with, and so you're a fanboy. I don't want to listen to you, all that. And it's like, bro, you need to hear all sides. And your opinion isn't canon, Like, it's just an opinion. And and it's good that you have that opinion, but it's bad if you want only your opinion to be heard.
Of course.
And that's the problem with the gaming community. The gaming community is horrible in that way. They don't know how. I can't say they, because I don't mean everybody. There's people who understand. You know what I mean? So I'm only calling out those that do it, and I don't even know who. I'm not saying no names or nothing like that. I'm just saying that I know that they are out there. I've seen them happen. I've seen people I don't know on Twitter get mad at me saying Ghost of Your Take was fantastic. She's gay in real life, and she said this, and I'm like, I don't care what she did in real life.
What's your view on Yote, by the way?
It's a
I don't
game,
care.
bro.
I don't care about what she did in real life at all.
9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. I gave Ghost of Tsushima 8.5. Gave God of War Ragnarok 8.5. Nigga, this is a 9 out of 10. This should be game of the year.
So for me, I mean, Ghost of Tsushima is one of my favorite games on PlayStation, alongside like games like Returnal. I really liked Ghost of Tsushima. What I think let me down on Yote was the way the story was delivered.
Okay.
They made it a bit more open, and you can tackle it how you want. And I know that will appeal to a lot of people. I'm a linear gamer, not an open world gamer. So with Tsushima, where I gave that a 9 out of 10, almost a 10 out of 10, it was like a really direct story driven. Every beat kind of played off each other.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that that wasn't the same in Yote let me down, and I think that's a valid criticism personally myself.
No, it's a fair. It's a fair criticism because I've heard the same thing from plenty of other people. No,
And
it's
that's
fair.
what let me down in that, because I like what drove me with Ghost of Tsushima was when Jin Sakai had that intro, and it was
Mhm.
bad, and then he got up, he
Mhm.
had to recover, then learn the ways of whether he was going to stay true to the samurai or take the thing,
Mhm.
even all the way until he saw his uncle's betrayal, and then he had to.
Mhm.
Even at that moment at the end,
Yeah, you should
even
have to make a choice.
that
Yeah.
choice at the end, man,
Yeah.
that killed me at the end, because I didn't want to do it, but if I didn't, I'd be
Yeah.
disrespecting him.
Yeah.
And
So yeah.
but
Yeah.
that
No.
whole flow
And I
through was
agree with that.
beautiful.
No,
I
no,
think
I agree with that.
Yote lost that, and by losing that,
Mhm.
I think it lost a part of what it was. But
Mhm.
all this about the character, the voice actor did this and that, I don't care.
Mhm.
I just care about the game.
Well, see, that's that, and that goes on different takes on how people see it. Like, I didn't have a problem with the story. In fact, I like Ghost of Tsushima story better. Don't get me wrong. Like, it was the way it was put out, the way that the choices that you had to make. It's like it kind of like gave you like every fight, it gave you a choice, kind of like,
Yeah,
are you gonna do this the samurai way, or are you gonna do this the ninja way? You know, because both of them are, water and oil. You know what I mean?
and it
So you're
played to
gonna
your
have to
karma
choose
as
on that.
well.
Yeah, so in this, you automatically had it. You know, she was pissed off, mad at everybody, mad at the world for reasons that made sense, right? But it
Mhm.
was a revenge story, and revenge stories can only be so deep. Whereas Jin's
Was it
story
kind
wasn't
of?
revenge.
I mean,
It
they
was
killed
it
it.
was a little.
Killed his
It
dad.
wasn't. It was more like the core of the story is the fight between honor and dishonor,
Yeah,
and doing it the right way that they feel a samurai should do it, or the ninja way, to where he had to do it that way to destroy a whole army by itself.
the
So
Mongols.
it was deeper in that sense, and I like that. Yote to me looked way better, and it just was beautiful. Like, that game was a work of art, especially if you have the pro and you played it on the ray tracing 60 frames mode, which I don't think PC even has a game. Nah, but it was just beautiful, and then the way the battle system was upgraded. Like, I like that you can pick up weapons and throw it
And
at
throat, yeah,
cats,
that
and
was
then
nice.
turn around and do this, and then turn and change your weapon to Odachi, which will have a different, which they replace weapons, the stances with weapons. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Which made it slightly deeper. You know, so
I was a bit
like, I
disappointed.
like that.
They,
I liked how it did it. I like how they had little touches. I like finding Jin's old house, and finding his grave and getting his sword, and like, I liked that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I liked all of it. That's what I'm saying.
the
I
nice
liked all of it,
touches.
but I know Jin's story was way better. Way better. Not even slightly. It was way better. But
I,
it was still a good story, though.
yeah, I'm not taking that
Like,
away
it
from
was
it.
still a great story. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I gave it a 9. I gave it a 9 because it was a complete game that we rarely get. You know what I mean? Like, we rarely get a game that is put together properly. Like, I don't think I had probably 2 glitches, if that, and it loaded fast. You fast travel fast. And the action, there's always something to do. I mean, I put out that tweet that said that about the fucking, I'm gonna play one more mission and then I'm gonna go to sleep, and then I put a picture of the bird. Like,
Mate,
the game was like,
mate,
no, you're not
mate.
going to sleep.
Nah, you don't. That's like the worst trap in the world, man.
Yeah.
You just got. I mean, I remember one time when I was streaming, and I was like, "All right, I'm just gonna do this one more," and I was so engrossed while I was playing the game on stream, and it was like, "Yeah, just one more, yeah, just one more."
You
And
keep saying
before
it.
I
Yeah,
knew
it's
it,
just
I'm like, "Oh
addicting. Like,
shit, I need to wake up in like 2 hours."
yeah, and it's not many games that do that from any company. Sony, Nintendo, there's
Yes,
not many games that's grabbing you. That's why I gave it the score I did, because it reminded you how it felt back in the days. Because the old Mario's used to do it, the old Sonic used to do it, the older games that we played back in the day, even back in the
they
PS3
hit different.
days,
They
used
hit
to
different.
do it more often.
Yeah.
And we don't got that no more, bro.
That's
You know?
exactly what I was saying. That gaming today doesn't hit the same way as it did in the old
Nah.
days. It's like more of the same, but just rehashed in a
Yeah.
different skin. And
They're
when
forgetting
you,
that they're video games.
yeah,
And gamers are forgetting that it's video games.
when you finally
That's
find
right.
that game, like for me, Alan Wake 2 was phenomenal. I know
Right.
some people might not like it, but to me, that game was
Mhm.
great. I loved every moment of it.
Which one?
Alan Wake 2.
Oh, Alan Wake 2? Yeah, it was good. It was really good.
I really loved that game, and you
Yeah.
know, that
no,
feeling that I got from that, I want that. Right? When I played Ghost of Tsushima, I want that. When I
Right.
played
You want
like
to feel like you're in the game, like you're lost in the game.
yeah, and
Yeah.
like a lot of games I play these days, unless they're RPGs with a really good story where you can actually connect with the characters,
Right.
these long-winded, bloated games just feel like you're playing it for the sake of playing it.
Right. You're trying to finish it. You
Yeah.
invested the time. You in it for 60 hours somewhere, and it's like fuck. Okay, let me play it. Let me
Yeah.
finish it. Let me beat it. Let me do this. You start not caring about side missions. Start not caring about things. You just want to go to the main story and hurry up and beat it so you can fucking get rid of it. Right.
Yeah,
So
it's
you can
like a
stop
Death
playing it and
Stranding
move on.
2. One of my favorite
Right.
games this year by far, by the way. I
Mhm,
absolutely love the story.
Mhm.
But I started doing some of the side quests. And when I was doing
Mhm.
the side quests, it was like, now this is actually ruining the experience for me now. And I
Mhm.
know that the side quest is important because A, you get to like meet certain people, they give you certain
Yeah,
abilities,
new
certain
weapons,
exactly.
new abilities.
But I
all that,
actually
yep.
got to the point where it was actually ruining my gaming experience. And so I
Yes.
decided, you know what, I'm just gonna stop it and I'm just gonna play through the storyline. And it was great. Like really, really good stuff. I still
That's what
recommend
I
that
don't
game.
like about open world games.
Yeah.
Is that right there? It's
Yeah,
because there's
bingo.
always there's too much to do, and there's a time in between getting there that you got to do. You know what I mean? And
The
it's just like you
bloat.
got to do this, and you got to run here, and you got to do that, and you got to do this, and it becomes a fetch quest. And
Yep.
I get that the heart of Death Stranding is the fetch. I love Death Stranding. I gave that an 8. You know what I'm saying? I love Death Stranding as a
I gave
franchise.
it
Period.
2. I gave
And
it
my
9.
8s are high. Like I don't know if people get mad if you say 8 or 7. I'm like those to me are high. I
7
don't
is
think
still
a game
good.
deserves a 10. I think I've only played one game that was a 10, I think, or close to a 10. And it's like, if you give a game a 10, you're calling it perfect. Like I don't want to hear shit about a glitch or a story beat or a bad character, nothing. A 10 out of 10 is a perfect game.
See, that's where you and me
And
differ.
those are rare. I think my last 10 out of 10 was probably Final Fantasy 10. You know what I mean? Like, to where I cared about every
I
single
can respect
character
that.
on there. You said what?
I can respect that because that game was my favorite
It
Final
was
Fantasy.
phenomenal. It was a
It
fucking
was.
PS2 game, bro. Like, looking at how it looked as a PS2 game was insane. And then on top of that, just every character, I loved every character, bro. Like I went and dodged lightning,
Jacked.
nigga, 100 times in a row to get an ultra weapon. You know, like just like you know, like, it was
Blitzball,
just
baby.
yeah, you gotta, you know, what I'm saying? It's real gamer talk, you know, like, but it's like those are rare, bro. To where and it's subjective, you know, like my 10 out of 10 may not be your 10 out of 10.
No,
You know,
I
10
get
out of
that.
10 may not be, you know, but to me, I felt like Final Fantasy X hit in that era, in that time, hit every single thing, every single line. The story was great, characters, graphics, gameplay, it was all great. You know, to where you get lost in it and you forget you're playing it, you know? You know, shit, girl will walk in and be like, "Shut up, Luna, I'm playing a game." Like, you just calling her the fucking gamer character names and shit. So, I mean, as far as how it is now, man, it's just like a lot of games are losing their identity, like Call of Duty, losing their identity to Fortnite. Battlefield, you see the reaction to Battlefield, and how good it is because it went back to its identity.
And then they
You
fucked
know,
up with the
instead of
first
doing that
DLC.
bullshit. But yeah, but then they just had this fucking update that it looks like Call of Duty. Like, I mean, I tried their Warzone,
Mm-hmm.
and it's exactly like Warzone. I mean, the plates and everything, like putting the plate shields on. I'm like, yeah, this is Call of Duty. But why didn't you expand on Battlefield in it? I mean, it has tanks and all that stuff in it, not, but still. But I don't even like that mode. But I played it and it's like, damn. And then when you start seeing the seasons that started the other day, it's Call of Duty-ish. You know, it's like they just continuously fall back into losing their identity. Call of Duty lost their identity to Fortnite. Fortnite lost its identity to PUBG. You know what I mean? So it's
They're
like
following
PUBG
trends.
to H1Z1.
They're following trends. That's all it is.
That's all it is.
That-
There's no creativity.
Yeah.
They're only following trends to make money.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. Especially the Western side. Where there's hope is the Eastern side.
Yeah.
Is the Korean developers. It's the Chinese developers. Japanese developers are trying to get out of, because they know they got rinsed into the Western way of making games. And they've even announced that they're trying to go back into what Japanese
Well,
gaming
yeah.
is.
I think it was Visions of Mana, right?
Mhm,
Where the producer was like really upset about having to change the way the characters look, because apparently the female character was showing just a little bit too much skin, and then you had like the girl interviewer who was basically asking him, well, why does that matter?
Right.
And he was
Exactly.
like, it's what the Western market wants,
The
and we
Western
have,
world.
otherwise
Yes.
we'll have problems over there. And it's like, no, don't pander to them, pander to your audience.
Yeah, pander to exactly. Pander to the people who want to play a game, but they're too busy seeing that money. Everybody's seeing Fortnite money. Like they seeing how Fortnite is making money from doing basically nothing, and they want to go off of what those people are doing. And it's just like just like how Sarah Bond said the same. She named those very troublesome games in the gaming space. The Roblox, the Fortnite,
Man, Roblox is massive, man.
She said all that, and then she said that blockbuster games are antiquated, and I almost turned the TV off, you know. And it's just like that kind of thinking is like, oh bitch, like why would you think that? What gave you that idea, you know? And it's just like gamers want gaming, bro. We're simpletons.
I mean,
dog.
our generation wants that. The younger generation,
But look at Battlefield. Like if Battlefield went back to it, well, you got to realize that we command what's popular in the gaming space. We command it. It's just that when YouTube hit, that made Minecraft popular, that made Fortnite popular, that made PUBG popular. All the games that are popular right now are popular because of YouTubers. They're popular because of the Let's Play YouTubers, the ones who act like they're scared of shit that ain't scary, you know? They're popular from those kid populace. But we are the reason that my cousin is calling me about Ghost of Tsushima, you know what I'm saying, or Ghost of Yote, you know, calling me about God of War, and he's an Xbox kid, you know, and he's like, is it really as good as they're saying? Because people, like Spider-Man, bro, like there was a time when PlayStation 5 first came out and they had Spider-Man Miles Morales, every kid that I knew was like, I want to play Spider-Man, and it's because we hype up Spider-Man, we hype up Gears of War, we hype up like we might be the older generation, but this younger generation is either going to follow us or they're going to follow these corporations. They're lost on their own, bro. And these corporations are gaining voices, and they're gaining voices because they having people that like us are talking up these companies and setting traps for these young kids, bro.
after I hear the way they start talking with all this new slang and shit,
Yeah,
all this, I don't even want to get into it. I don't even understand. Like they're talking words that like I don't even understand. Like my boomer brain just like says no.
yeah. I mean,
Speak English.
No, I tell the motherfuckers learn my lesson, learn my language. I ain't finna speak all that extra bullshit, y'all. So
Like all this,
it's
the
like,
fries
it's
in the
because they
bag
got-
shit and all that crap. So no,
Well,
just speak to me in English.
At least in America. In America, what I think what's happening is these younger generation is too lazy to even make a proper
Dialogue.
slang, and so they abbreviate everything. You know,
Mm-hmm.
LOL. I had a motherfucker tell me LOL. I almost socked his ass. Like, nigga, get your punk ass away from me, nigga. Just LOL, nigga. You're not even laughing.
Oh,
Nigga, you
man.
just saying LOL, nigga. Like,
Mate,
what's wrong with you?
I'm not
What's
gonna.
wrong with you? Like,
Like true story, right? We was at a leaving bar. This is years ago. This is pre-COVID, and we were there having a drink. And a couple of girls came over, and we were like, just chatting away. And one of our colleagues turned around and actually said it. He said it, and everyone looked at him, and we were like, "Nah, we don't know this guy, man."
Yeah.
Like we don't know this guy. He just tagging along, man. He can go. He can go away.
I don't know, man. It is what it is, man. I think this generation it's a different generation, man. They know everything but know nothing. Even the rappers, bro. Can't even understand. I mean, have you seen an interview of a rapper? Like of today's younger rappers, bro? Like, I'd be like, these fools can't even read. Like, you can tell, like, of course they can't put bars together, bro. Like They can't really put no clever bars together. They barely understand English. They just have the look of what people want to see. They got dreads, gripper tattoos, and they all just and they all sound the fucking same.
Yep.
And it's just because I don't know, man. This generation has gotten too lazy, and it's not just rap. It's like everything, movies, from every race. You know, I don't want black people to be pictured in what I'm saying. I want everybody to be pictured because I see it in everyone. Like even in movies today, like, and that's our generation. Like if it ain't Marvel, and even Marvel got played out because they kept doing the same story. It's like they're all remaking older movies. You know, even Marvel movies is remakes of fucking comic book stories. Like nobody's having that level of creativity. Thank God for the Kendrick Lamars of the world who are putting things together that are creative and different and smart. But it all trickles down. All the whole entertainment trickles down into gaming, bro. Like not trickles down into it, but gaming is part of that shit. Everything from the creators and following money to the players who play it and following money. People pretending that they like Xbox. People pretending that they like PlayStation. Pretending that they hate Xbox. Pretending that they hate PlayStation. We see this all over the place now. It's a trend now.
And when I tell people that I like all platforms, they don't believe me.
Right.
But I said that on your show as well.
Yeah, I mean, of course, because people won't believe it unless you say what you say and see what you see and do what you do. But like, there are people who will follow me on Twitter and say they hate me, and I'm like, well, then nigga, why are you following me? You know what I mean? Like, oh, you follow me just
to hate
say something bad,
say
something bad, to disagree. You're following me to disagree. You may even agree what I'm saying, but you're following me to disagree. Why do you have this kind of time on your hands?
Dude, I have people coming into my show just to be nasty. They just come into like when I'm doing my shows, I talk about 90% Xbox news and gaming news, and then if there's anything left over, like that's for Nintendo and PlayStation, I'll add that into 10% if there is. But I primarily stick to what my audience is, right?
Right.
And so you got these bunch of people coming in, Xbox dead, and then they start getting really like aggressive and start slurring, and then they get annoyed when I ban them, and I'm like, why are you even coming in here if that's it? Like, why are you even coming in? Like, what did you achieve by doing that? I had this one guy, right? He came in, said shit, I banned him. He came in with his alt account, said the same thing, I banned him as well. Came in with a third alt account. This is on the same stream, by the way, back to back. I banned that one as well, and then 20 minutes later, he came back in again with another account because I guess he went and created a new one. Like these people there's something wrong with these people. Like, why would you watch something if you have no interest? Like, if you don't like, why are you even there?
If it's not for you, if it's not for you, to don't watch it, right?
Yeah.
But like I said, people like that's the way of where the gaming community went. That's why social media killed the gaming community. Is because, like I said, it's like somebody following you, and they following you just disagree. And me, like, I invite everybody in. I'd be like, you disagree? Come tell me. You know, because
and you invited me to your show.
Gaming. Yeah, exactly.
And I told my chat every time when I came onto your show, you treated me with respect. You didn't, treat me in any negative way. I know the chat was chat, but there's no real control of that. Yeah. But everyone on that panel treated me like a human being and as an individual, and didn't disrespect me once. We had disagreements. We sort of had different perspectives. But the way I was treated on your show was great, and I had no problems with it at all. And everyone in chat can attest to that. I say this multiple times. The same thing when I went onto P-Rock's thing as well. When I was on his show, regardless of what our spat is on social media, when I was on his show, the guy treated me with utmost respect, and I respect that.
Bro, like, it's like there's a level of it to where I say this shit all the time. It's, if you're not a gamer, we're gonna know, and if you are a gamer, regardless of what level gamer you you are, right? No matter how much you know about gaming or whatever, we're gonna be able to tell if you're a gamer, because you won't be able to have a conversation with us if you're not a gamer. But it doesn't matter where you stand on that. If you're a gamer, respect is automatic, because we have the same hobby. No matter what box you're using, no matter what games you like, dislike, no matter what your opinion is, at the end of the day, we are gamers and we look at the same thing. We have the same interests, and gamers used to be hated, you know,
Hmm.
like we used to be the black sheep of the world, and now the world wants to be us. And I think that alone garners respect simply because of what we had, especially if you're older, like our age and shit. Like, shit, it
We've
went
seen it
from
all.
you a gamer? Oh, he played video games. You a nerd? All that
Man, my dad
to
still
now
calls
to now
me.
women twerking next to PlayStation 5 saying me or PlayStation. You know,
Yep.
so it's changed only because it became mainstream. But like for us to go through that, to go through what we went through, as far as being a gamer, especially in the old days, respect should be automatic. Automatically, if you're what do you call it, not undeniably, but on something, unapologetically a
Yeah.
gamer, then respect is automatic, bro. And if anybody disrespects you, it's because they're not a gamer. They don't understand. They don't know, you know. And it's just, if you could talk, like I said, we had conversations about older games, PS2 era shit, PS1 era, Nintendo era, you know, like
Yep.
Genesis era, like all those great eras that these gamers who haven't had that era, unfortunately, I
Just will
feel
never know.
bad for.
Yeah, they'll
I
never
feel
know.
bad, but they'll never know. They'll never know what gaming truly is. They don't know about, you know, standing in long ass lines and not being mad that you're in a line. You know what I mean? The only thing you're worried about is if they sold out of what you're trying to get. And then the feeling that you get when you get it and take it home and boot it up for the first time.
Mate, don't you remember
You
back then
know,
you opened the, like, I remember my dad used to take me to pick up a game, and like you'd open the game and you'd buy the game, I'd be in the car, and the first thing I'd do is open the manual. You used to get manuals back in
yes,
those days,
yes.
and
They
you
used to
read
be
that
in
from
color.
page, from
They used to
front
be
to
in
back.
color, bro.
I know.
Yes.
You used to read that from
They
back
used to
to
spend
front.
so much money, bro. That passion is gone out of the entire industry, bro.
Yep.
Oh, the packages used to be, and I used to be on the toilet reading it. You know what I mean?
It's like you read it
Reading
from
it
front to
and
back,
going
everything,
through
because
the
they had
whole
like a little bit.
thing.
Yeah, they had like a little bit of story in there as well to set everything
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
They'll tell you little tips and tricks and everything, bro. I think the last company to do it was Nintendo. Nintendo used to still have them. They were black and white. Um, I know PlayStation had them too. They were turned black and white, but Nintendo had them like for the longest. But they're a toy company, bro. Like people need to realize that too. Like Nintendo's a toy company. I think the amiibos is the best thing that happened in gaming. It's the best deal in gaming. And the reason why I say that is because it's literally a DLC that travels across consoles and games. Like you can use it and it'll give you a DLC for a game. That's basically what it does. You know, it'll give you a level, it'll give you a skin, it'll give you something. You can use old Zelda amiibos from the fucking DS era and then get a horse in the new Zelda with that same amiibo. You
Yep.
know, and then you get to keep. It's like a collector's item on top of that. Like I think that is what gaming needs. Shit like that, things that matter, things that have a repeat use, but at the same time can be something that you have as a memento of that time. You know, like now we just got everything costing everything. Everybody got to have a season. You know,
Can you
like
just hold that thought for just a second? My daughter's calling me. I'll be right back in just a minute. Just a minute.
oh, hold on, my boss sent me too.
Sorry about that. That toast is a little weird, and she was making some toast. I've ordered a new one, but it comes tomorrow, and she thought something was wrong. So you're being asked a question. Are you going to buy Halo on PS5? I'm guessing he's AFK for a sec. So chat, what's going on? The Halo is mostly AI? Good for you, Heatwave. Strange days lies ahead. I don't know. Have they confirmed what is AI in the new Halo? I haven't followed it much other than the fact that it's not a one-to-one remake of the original. It glitched? I mean, there's no dropped in frames. Let me see. No, I'm looking at the live stream right now and it's perfectly fine. Oh, we lost King. Maybe he had to go. But that was a nice discussion with him. Like I said, I've never had a problem talking with them. And I think that was a good discussion, wouldn't you say, chat? Oh, he said his boss came in, he might be back. Oh, he was at work. Fair enough. Check DMs. I am checking DMs. Oh god, that's a lot of DMs. Yeah, that's what I remember as well. It was the games. Which is what I said. And it was Microsoft not having the games on their platform. Yeah, that's what I remember. So I was right. So I was right. So what I said that I did remember where Google were crying about there being a lack of games on there, and had they waited for 3-4 months, they would have got everything and been alive. So I was right. Yeah, that's what I thought about the PS3 as well. No, Sony doesn't use it for all-day games. Right. But I stood by it. I was right. Buffering again? I'm not. There's nothing here buffering. Too many reports impacting streaming. I am seeing like Power's message being not coming through properly. So maybe it's something on YouTube's end. I'm not quite sure. Because that wouldn't impact the actual the stream. I think it might be your end. Because it looks like fine on mine. That's exactly a heatwave. Man, people are still going to Walmart taking pictures. They kind of need to stop that. Maybe YouTube is being hit because I'm looking at my OBS and it's basically dropping 0 frames. Like it's not a problem on my end. Excellent connection to the stream. There's no issues. Analytics has been good. Stream health has been excellent the whole stream. So I'm going to guess that the problem is on YouTube's side, and they're probably having a problem, which is a shame. But if people are having problems, then I guess we will pull the stream there. It's got to be from YouTube's end. Yeah, like I'm looking at all the analytics on my end. Everything is perfect. I've got nothing on dropped frames, no hiccups, no nothing. I'm running 25 megabytes a second upload, which is fine. I've not had a single issue in terms of any of the analytics. So it looks cool. So chat, there's the quarry for tomorrow, or maybe Kronos. What do you think? Have a good night, gaming. There was also these demos that we could try out that are kind of horror related. Man, D-Batch gets suckered in every time with Goat Gaming. Every single time. That guy never learns. That Goat is going to be pressing his buttons all the time. Either is fine. I guess the quarry could work. I think I've got that on the Xbox already. And I can wait for Kronos to drop in price. I think that sounds like a plan. Like I said, there's some horror games that I could pick up as well. Or download some demos and check them out. Supposed to be really scary. Not Huntsman. Ninja Gaiden 4 I'm currently playing through. Outer Worlds 2 I was potentially going to stream that tonight before King jumped on, and but a lot of people said don't do it because it's very dialogue heavy and it's going to be boring. So we were potentially looking at playing something else tonight, but as you saw, the stream got sidewayed. Phoenix Rising. Isn't that game like a platformy game? I remember that. Like, yeah, this kind of like Ghouls and Ghosts dude in 3D. It's like a puzzle game, if anything else. Well, I'll figure out something for tomorrow, I guess, and see what we can do. I didn't know. You spend too much time in Genshin. Although my son should be streaming it soon. Yeah, Duet Night Abyss. I was supposed to stream that over at Twitch yesterday after I finished the storyline on Genshin, but that didn't play out. Well, I want it to be entertaining for you guys, right? Just not Huntsman. We'll figure something out. But it's 10 past 11. I'm gonna call it a night there. It's been a good chat. Apologies for not being more attentive to the chat tonight. That's bad on my part. So I do apologize for that. But yeah, next time I will be more attentive. Have a good night, folks. Thanks so much for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed the discussions. And I'll see you tomorrow for Halloween. Good night, folks.